What up, everybody? It's another Monday night. That means Tales from the Flipside. The flagship show is on. We've got a full house. We've got lots to talk about. Talk a little bit about Black Widow, the What's Not app, the convention scene, market report, pickups.
Tales from the Flipside. Flip side.
What's up, everybody? Got everybody here. Got John Z in the house, Dino, the CEO, Nico Esquire, Big Leg, and we're all chilling tonight. So we got a lot of fun things to talk about. I see a lot of people already in the chat tonight. What up, Patrick? Hey, Suns in 5. I know Sean's watching the game right now as we talk, so he'll let us know. Yeah, so let's get into it. All right. So the reason why I think we talk about Black Widow a little bit is because I've heard some rumors out there and something. And, you know, I already think that Scarlett Johansson's burnt. That's well known. I just think she's done. But it sounds like she might maybe be done for real. Is that what we're hearing, that this could be one of her last movies?
Period, or like as a career?
No, for Marvel.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah.
I would think probably. Just, I mean, what else are they going to use her in? You know?
Yeah. So
I mean, you're not paying her for a flashback. I tell you that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she'll do some voice work type thing, like some of the other ones that are doing for the What If style stuff. But unless they do, I just don't see where they go.
Well, okay. Then if she's not well, whatever, but is flipping on Black Widow burnt? Is there anything worth jumping on right now? Do you think that stuff has been pushed back too many times? We've already pulled all the books from the comic book stores. We've bled them dry. There's not much left out there, and it's not even really worth selling at this point, maybe?
Well, I mean, first, Taskmaster.
It's always worth selling.
Yeah, has left the building. I don't know how it's gonna go. I mean, I don't assume he's gonna die. I don't know how he would cross back over. Maybe somehow with Deadpool someday, way down the line. But I mean, that's always his first two his cameo and first. We're always going to be really, especially the 196, the green cover is always going to be worth pretty good money. That's a Marvel secondary key for sure.
Well, it's the new movie is coming out the 8th. So just to let I wanted to say that, and I forgot to say it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Sean. It is coming out the 8th.
And then, God, so I shouldn't be as bad at names as I am for some of this stuff. But her, the co-star in the movie, her female co-star there. I don't know what the future lies for her, but apparently the reviews are really good for the reviews are really good for her as an actress. One of the fan favorites that apparently steals a good amount of the show. So that surprises me really not at all, actually. So.
Well, I'm looking at some of the recent sales on some of the bigger books, and here's some of the Yelena Belova books, a 9.8 for 540, 47 bids. That's pretty crazy to me. That's the Dynamic Forces one. I don't know what it was selling before that, but that seems like a nice little chunk of change. A 9.6 on the regular number one is 142. That's not bad. Here's a very fine 8.0 Red Guardian 160. So
that's come way back down to earth.
Yeah, it seems like it. That doesn't seem so. Oh, look at that movie variant for 720.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there'll be some bumps. There's a lot of people that watch this stuff on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
And I've said I don't like paying the $20 or $30 that they want to charge for some of these new releases, but I'll make exception for this one.
I always love this book right here.
This
is such an underrated book.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know about the $30 either, To be honest with you, I'm gonna spend 30. I'm probably gonna go get the experience and go to the theater to see it.
I get
You know what I mean? That's why it's like, so, but I mean,
gotta pay for
there's
5
other
if I
ways
do
to
that.
watch. So, well, that's a good point. You got
I can't go by myself for that one.
Yeah,
They're going, so
yeah,
I'm in.
that's true. You're in the
$80 of popcorn and $80 of tickets.
Yeah, that makes
Wow.
sense. I finally did go to the movies. I had to kill time for pick somebody up from the airport for a flight delay, and saw a movie called Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
So yeah, anyway, yes, for $5, and my wife and I, it was like 8 o'clock on a Tuesday a couple weeks ago. We're the only people in the theater. So,
Nice. What up, Carter? Carter's in the house. What do you guys think about this? Wes Thompson says Taskmaster in Thunderbolts as the counter to Captain America, or wouldn't that be what's his name? The dude in Winter Soldier.
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. Yeah, U.S. agent.
Oh, okay.
No, I could still see him turning up.
Yeah, they could use Taskmaster. Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna be so mad if they one and done Taskmaster.
Yeah,
I don't think they will.
No,
and we still don't know which Taskmaster it is.
Yeah,
Or, so that there's that spec too that we just don't we don't know the answer to.
Hey, do you think Marvel is over killing their villains that quick?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think they found there's too much life after it for a lot of these characters.
I bet you they regret killing off Thanos.
No, I think they got what they needed out of Thanos.
Really?
Yeah,
they milked him for an entire, decade.
I feel like they're gonna figure out a way to bring some story back with the Eternals, and that makes me feel like they realized they messed up, that they could have played that character off a little bit longer.
They can always go back in time.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about that at all? Do we want to talk about Loki and all the crazy theories and all that stuff? I mean, I know Nico hit it out of the park with his comment on all the people working for the TVA are variants. I mean, he said that way early on in a different way, even like way early on, many moons ago. He said, we were talking about it, I think, on a show or something, and he said, I said, I think that Mobius is going to be a great character. And then Nico said, not if he ends up being a bad guy, which that I never thought that was a chance. And they're kind of like, I wonder if they're doing that at all. I hope they don't. But he also said that he thinks they're all variants themselves way early on. And I thought that was very interesting because I've heard that from a bunch of other people now that said the same thing. And we know it's true now. So
are we? Yeah, am I the only one who's kind of bored with it, man? Like, if you're like really tired not to watch Loki because it's just so slow right now.
See, I watch it right when I wake up, so I'm good to go.
Okay. I watch it at night with the missus, so it's like,
you can't do that. Yeah, there's a lot of talking in it.
I think it's all different movies or different shows, different people. Like my 3 kids, well, none of them loved WandaVision. That was too esoteric for them.
Yes,
but half of them were like, dude, I love Winter Soldier and that more, and the oldest one's like, no, I like this way more. So just think what you're looking for. It's not your typical kind of popcorn action movie.
I'm sorry they were under the weather. That's a bad joke. Esoteric. It's okay. But anyways, no, I think I think the same way. I mean, I remember the hate on it was all the time. It was like, for WandaVision, like people were like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. And then all of a sudden it was like the greatest thing, like 4 episodes later, once it got past all the black and white and all that stuff. So
I'm glad all these shows have different vibes to them.
Yeah, I like that too, man. And it's like, I like too, it's like different directors and they're just doing all the, I think they're hitting it out of the park. I thought TV, I was like, is it going to, I mean, we all know the Mouse and Marvel is going to do really good when it comes to production value and stuff like that too. I thought it was going to be like really cheesy sometimes, but it's, they haven't really hit a dud, right? I mean, when it comes to these Marvel TV show releases on Disney Plus at least. So.
No.
But
we'll see. I think that it'll be interesting to see again what happens. I love the cycle of spec on these shows when we get to about the halfway point and that real early spec stuff just starts falling by the wayside. Like I want to let's this is interesting. Let's look at.
You mean Silver Surfer 3 Mephistos?
Yeah, right. Let's
They're
look
not
at
down as much as you think.
I know.
New Avengers, Dark Reign, right?
Yeah.
REIGN, right? But that book was selling. That book was #1 on the hot list and selling for a grip of money. Be interesting to see if it fell off. So ended recently, June 28th, 125. Buy it now. 71, 48,
Oof.
59. What was it at its high, chat? Let us know, the people in the chat, if you remember what it was. What it was the week of the Hot 10. I have a horrible memory. I apologize, I blame that on old age, cannabis, old age.
The highest was at like around 100. I swear, like at its height.
It's about, pretty close to that. Some of them are, half that, but there wasn't very many 9.8s. I remember that.
I definitely don't remember any graded ones.
Yeah, I don't remember any.
Young Avengers, Dark Reign.
Yeah, Young Avengers, Dark Reign. That's it. Thank you.
Also, think I'm going to go through all my comics and never sell a raw 9.8 for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Because I'm too lazy to grade a bunch of stuff in history, and 9.8 is worth a lot of money these days.
Yeah, you just got to get them back.
Well, that's true. So there's
It might be next year.
It might be CBCS.
Now, this book kicked out the original book, which was what was that, number 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the Butcher?
Yeah, the J. Scott. Okay, so let's see what this thing's selling for now, man. $39. Buy it now.
It's still respectable.
That's still very respectable.
Yeah.
12.50, 13, 35. Buy it now, June 28th. So I mean, that's very respectable for that book. I would expect it to be down in the $10 range again, but not bad. Well, very interesting. So we'll see what happens with the rest of the things. I mean, the Mobius is going to be interesting to see what happens towards the end of the series to see what that book looks like. That craziness. So, all right. Let's see here. Any other crazy news that happened this week that you guys can think of? Nothing really crazy I can think of.
It's kind of slow.
It's been a very slow news week for us.
It's summertime. We're a month away from some definite SDCC announcements that come out every year. So people are on vacation and stuff. So
yeah,
everybody's too busy right now with stuff,
Yeah. Well, I do want to talk about something that is pretty hot at the moment, and that's Moon Knight spec. I want to give a shout out to the Bird City Comics crew and what they're doing over there, especially on this really cool variant that they got coming out. That we got love for Bird City, of course. Laura from Comic Book Women, half of Bird City Comics. Also, everybody that follows Comic Book Food Chain. Anthony's over there doing that stuff. Really good friends of the channel. This is their new Moon Knight issue coming out. Comes out later, I think this week. I think it's Friday night. They let me know here. Friday night, Friday 7/2. Sorry, so Friday, July 2nd. So really cool Conchu variant by I don't know how to say this gentleman's first name, but Yoon. Really big. What do you guys think? You think this is pretty dope cover? I like it. I always like the character with the bird skull.
That's trippy.
I thought that was dope.
Bitch. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. I'm digging it.
So shout out to Bird City Comics. I believe they are doing this one with Comics with Bueller. So all you Comics with Bueller's fan, check that out. I've seen Comics with Bueller in the live chat couple shows lately. So shout out to all those people who are fans of Comics with Bueller. Go check it out. All right. The convention happened. Do we want to get into the convention, or do we want to get into some what's not app talk? What do you guys want to talk about? Let's get into. I don't know what happened to Nico. Did his gerbil quit running?
Yeah.
Potentially.
You gotta go to the store.
All
we
right.
can do maybe let's do whatnot first, and maybe he comes back.
Okay. Let's hope maybe he'll come back. He'll talk about the convention stuff. So, all right. So, the Whatnot app. For all of you guys that don't know, Whatnot app is a new app that is out on the market. That everybody's kind of going crazy about. I've seen a lot of people talk about it lately. Matter of fact, I was on Drunken Chat this last Friday with Andy, and Andy said that he tried it out and he loved it. He couldn't stop talking about it. I've heard a lot of people say that they can't stop talking about it. Has anybody here tried it yet? Sean, have you tried it yet?
Comic Man Andy, right?
Yeah, Comic Man Andy. Yeah,
I know he did it. He did a sale. I didn't catch it. I didn't find out until after, and I know he did really well. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I learned about it from Simple Man's Comics first. So downloaded it, just like everything else. Didn't really think about it for a week or two, and then just started to get on there and start to watch some comic sales last week. Sort of alerted some of my friends, some of you guys, obviously, and just. I've been sending my link for to people to join or whatever. I think you get $3 or something if you buy stuff. But yeah, I'm watching some crazy sales, some stuff that makes no sense, some stuff that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, so there's people running through like dollar books for $2 to $20, kind of crazy stuff, dude. And it was. Pretty entertaining to see that go. They seem to be getting the right amounts, or I don't know, enough viewers. There's more viewers, it seems, at night, but running some cheap stuff in the day. And the comics are sort of new. Yeah, so with the comics being new, people haven't really, I don't know, really caught on yet. But the sales seem to be doing good. It's kind of cool. When you're logged in and you go to run, go looking at an auction or something like that. If you buy something, I bought one book. If you buy something, it automatically charges you, so you have to have your stuff in there. So it'll charge you per the book. So because some of us are thinking, what the hell? These guys aren't gonna. There's people winning like 50 bucks for like $2, $5, whatever, and we're like, they're not gonna pay for this shit. You know what I mean? They're not gonna pay for this. They literally. My PayPal went off like 2 seconds, probably 5 or 10 seconds actually after I won the auction, and it went through. And then the dude, and you got to ship within 2 days, and you get paid after the shipping goes through. I don't know every particular yet, but I think I'm going to start this off. So I think actually looks like on Thursday at 5, I'm actually going to run an auction. And I'm just gonna, and I don't know, I don't know if it's gonna be, I'm sure guys like you are gonna be in there, but you're probably not buying my books. So, I'm starting with sort of a theme. So and I know this is generic, but like Marvel movie related characters with, as the app sort of in its infancy. I don't want to try to run too many obscure things to start, because I've got a ton of variants and things like that, and it's the same way that I don't run really unknown books on an eBay auction Sunday night, even unless I'm running 40 other auctions or something like that, because you want people to have known stuff. And so, if I've got a Wolverine book that's probably worth, $3 to $5, I mean, it won't be the end of the world if you get $1. But if there's other, people going on like that. So basically I'm going to do some Marvel #1s. I'm probably actually try to get more eyes on it. I'm probably going to run an Ultimate Fallout 4, at least a second print. Probably not quite going to run the try first print for my first auction in case something goes wrong or something like that. But I'm kind of busy the first couple of weeks of July, so I think I'm going to give it a whirl this week, and hopefully it goes well. And it's just people live, and you see upcoming lists of what the auctions are going to be, and unless they're literally filling out dollar books, people are pretty much putting in the comment like you'll know which books are coming up in what order. And so I just sort of want to set it up like that, and run my Spider-Mans with my Spider-Mans, and my X-Men's with my X-Men's, and my Deadpools with my Deadpools, and see how it goes. But it seems to be going well for people, and it gets sort of addicting to just get on there and just watch the auctions go down, because you might not know what books are coming up. I'm watching people do it for the first time, watching people do it for their 5th time, 10th time. There's one guy that runs dollar books all day long. So yeah.
Hey, is it just auctions?
No, there's Buy It Now. I haven't personally searched on there too much to try the Buy It Nows, and I'm not completely sure if your Buy It Now is always available or only available during your live auctions, if that makes sense. So like, you know what I mean? Like, so if I throw a slab up there, I don't know, that I don't want to auction because it's, worth a few $100 or something like that. And I'm just not, might not get enough viewers or something yet because I haven't.
It says every purchase is verified. So is there a vetting process? What do they do? I mean,
to be honest with you, I'm not positive that's 100% for the comics side of that.
So
comics are the newest deal on this thing.
So before I get into it, I figured we'd just talk about it and we'd talk with the fans and stuff, because here's my thoughts on this, right? So I thought it was just another selling app. When I first heard about it, I was like, okay, it's just another selling app. I know Wood hit me up. A couple other people have hit us up to talk about it and this and that. And, at first I was like, yeah, it is what it is. It's probably just another selling app. And I wasn't too big on it, whatever. And then a lot of people in the content creator universe for comics started getting into it. I see, all these different people being part of it. A lot of people in our content creator universe also sell books. I know, like Keep It Thorough usually does a YouTube sale. He has YouTube live auctions. I've never done a YouTube live auction. I don't think any of us have. I don't know if there's any special rules you have to do in there. And I was wondering, like with all the stuff that's going on with YouTube right now, and all of us getting copyright claims things, and they're just making it really tough on the content creator. When I started seeing all these content creators jump into the Whatnot app, my first thought was like, what's the angle, right? And so then I go on Hot 10 Drunken Chat, and Comic Man Andy's on there. There's George.
I get kicked out. Sorry.
Oh, Comic Man Andy's on there. We love Comic Man Andy over here. Good dude. Great content creator, and he's talking about it. And my first question was great content creator, and there we go. My first question is, because he's talking about it. He's saying, you can go over there. If you're a content creator, you go over there. You can do your show over there. Like, we could go over there and do our show and sell books, and you could play any songs you want. You make up a song list and you can play it. And then you can play any little funny videos you want, and you could do anything over there. He made it sound like it was so great. And I was like, all right, if it's that great, I want to look into it. You know what I mean? So I figured tonight we would all kind of just talk about it. And if there's people in the fans and this and that, and I know I wanted to ask the crew, because I don't, Sean, you're the only one that I know of that has any thoughts to actually start it. I know there's some couple other guys in the Flipside, crew that are kind of thinking about it too. So it would be very interesting, and let's figure some of this stuff out. So
we've got there's like I think Steve's selling on Thursday night. I think there's already people signed up. There's already ball rolling on some of this stuff.
So my thought process is this. All right, there's two camps here, right? There's the seller camp and the content creator camp. This would be great if we could go over there as content creators and not have to worry about that bullshit, about copyright strikes, about this, and it's just people who want to watch us, and then at the same time we're selling books. That would be amazing. But that's kind of got me worried. So I went to their website, and we're gonna try and go through their terms and figure this stuff out, because I asked Andy. Andy said that he was
Probably
told
gonna get a
okay.
fucking copyright strike for this.
I
Like
know.
they're like our terms
Send
are
it.
secret. You
Send
can't you can't
So
you can't show our secret terms
So-
on your very public YouTube show.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And you know, I kind of wanted George to be on because he could tell me what these things are. So first things first, do we just want to
Time
go
out.
through it?
For the record, your friend Nico, I don't know who this George guy is, will not be rendering any sort of legal opinions.
I don't want legal
I
opinions.
will, however, provide, based upon my life experience, what I believe may be the purpose of formulaic language that was adopted as part and parcel of the terms of service on the Whatnot webpage. The hodgepodge of state
English.
law and federal law is not what I am rendering an opinion on, as I do not possess a license to practice law in 49 out of 50 states.
Good.
Thanks, Nico.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
sorry,
appreciate
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's from our overseers, the overlords, who will punish me.
well, I didn't mean that. I mean, if anything, you know some of these words. I don't know these words.
I can do that stuff, though. Yeah, I can do that.
I'm a comic collector. I think all of us here are comic collectors that are you know, I don't know these words, man. Not only am I a comic collector, like I love cannabis too, and I'm old, so
I know that word.
Nico is fluent in Latin, so it's
118 people in the live chat. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hit that
There
like
were
button. Hit that
218
subscribe button.
until we started talking about my nonsense.
I know, right? I know. Hey, but
anyone with any sense left,
you guys should want to know about this, especially you content creators. Like,
go ahead.
Let's all right. So, about do we want to go? What should I go? Should I look for in this, George, or should I just start reading?
No, we're not reading the whole damn thing.
That sounds insane. Yeah, go down. Let's just go big. Let's see here. Big picture here.
Privacy policy, eligibility to use
I'm
the
not too
app.
worried about that.
Privacy policies. How
about keep going down. Let's do a Control F, Brian. And do intellectual property. Get some buzzwords here.
Oh, there we go.
Intellectual property and account information. All right,
that would be one to read.
So, all right, thank you. I'm glad you're pointing this out because this is something that's very important. Andy kept on talking about, you know, like you can go over there and do content. You can go over there and do content. Awesome. That's great. That would be awesome. But here's the problem. It says Whatnot and its licensors are the sole owners of all right, title, and interest in and to the app, including all software technology therein, as well as any and all intellectual property rights arising therefrom. What does that? Do I need to keep reading, or does that mean that?
Keep reading.
Okay. Except as otherwise provided herein, or as authorized in writing by Whatnot, you may not modify, copy, distribute, transmit, display, perform, reproduce, publish, license, frame, create derivative works from. So if you come up with an idea on the Whatnot app on that show, you can't use that somewhere else, or otherwise use in any other way or commercial purposes in a whole or in part any information, software, products, materials, and services obtained from the app. If you wish to make any use of material provided as part of the app or other than as a set out in these terms, please address your request to support Whatnot. Any use of the app not expressly permitted in these terms is a breach of these terms and may violate copyright, trademark, blah, blah, blah. So is that what that means, Nico?
Well, so here's kind of the problem with legal contracts that are written in these sorts of terms. The terms of a contract are construed against the person who writes them, but at the same point in time, can sometimes be draconian. It really is a hodgepodge of state law. And I think elsewhere in this particular contract, you'll see, like, why don't you do Control F class action? I bet you're not allowed to have one of those. No. Right? They're prohibited. For damages, use the word damages. There are limitations on damage, no punitive damages.
Yeah,
No consequential damages. How about this is a great one? Arbitration. Did you spell that right? I'm sure they have something about it. Yeah, there we go. Arbitration. Here's another one. Forum selection. See if that's in there.
You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So what are all these words like?
What? Just one more. I just want to see one more. Forum selection. Then I'll give you an explanation for all of the last 6 words that real people don't understand.
Not in a real loophole.
That's good news. All right, so that's good news. So it looks like you're prohibited from joining together with other people and filing class actions, that you're forced into mandatory arbitrations, and that there's prohibition on certain kinds of damages, caps on damages. I didn't get into that. My point is, if you're there to sell books, I think you're on point. If you're trying to relaunch your YouTube career on Whatnot, you better bargain directly with Whatnot.
Yeah, and here's
like that's your friendly advice from your neighborhood George. Like if you want to have Tales from the Flip Side of the Light on Whatnot, I would talk to Whatnot Corporate before you do any of that stuff.
Well, and here's what scared me. It was when he was talking about the copyright stuff, and again, this app is probably great for selling on it. I mean,
it definitely
Sean's
is.
probably gonna love it.
I watched someone today sell books. I don't know how long this will last though, but he sold books that I couldn't give away to children at a con. They'd be like, I don't want that. It's not cool. And I watched him sell books with like what I can only describe as deceptive motives. He's like, this Quasar man is going to be the greatest character in the history of galactic Marvel movies. It's a big player for the 3rd phase of Marvel films, spec words and other things I don't understand. And people are just pressing the buttons and shit.
My guess is also, that they can play whatever music they want because they don't have the algorithms built to detect all that shit.
Not true. Look at this. Hold on, let's get into this.
No, they encourage you to play music and shit on there.
Yeah, but
well, you're going to get fucked if you do it, because it says in here, watch this.
I mean, YouTube knows in 2 seconds what we're doing.
That's my problem. If they're telling you it's okay to play that shit, they might be setting you up to get screwed, because it says in here that all material information that you post on the app must comply with U.S. copyright law.
No.
And here's the other thing. I bet you it says in here that if you get hit with any copyright things, guess who's going to get sued?
Well,
with it?
but also, are you?
Yeah,
what's not
risk?
What's not is not
paying? Hold harmless. Do the words hold harmless or indemnify.
Whatnot is not paying you for content, correct? They're only letting you sell.
Yes.
Any content you give away is free, so that may be why they're getting around it, because there's no advertising and no. You're not using that product for revenue.
Yeah, it's a third one.
Read some of these hold harmless agreements. What the fuck?
It says Whatnot has built the app in order to provide users with the ability to connect with other users to coordinate transactions. The degree to which users may interact and know each other's identity or identifying information, and the degree to which Whatnot helps facilitate users' interactions may vary from time to time, but at no time shall Whatnot require that users to interact with each other outside of the app. You should protect yourself at all times. Use your best judgment. Take great safety precautions on meeting. Subject to applicable law and further provided in these terms, Whatnot is not and shall not be liable for, and you hereby release and hold harmless Whatnot from any and all loss, damage, harm, injury, or claims that arise from or are related to user interactions, engagements, or other use of the app.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, yeah.
So let's look. Okay, you can pull this down. So basically, for me, like, as I guess, I don't know, the guy who runs this YouTube thing, it's like, so when it comes to copyright claims, and we get those occasionally here and there, it's like, don't think that people like WB and just all these other channels or mega corporations, we'll call them, are not going to be looking at this stuff and be like, yo, this dude, this, and there's names and drops and all this stuff. I mean, it might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, might not happen in a year, but it's going to happen. I mean, it's right. I mean, I think this is a great thing for people to sell on.
think that we all need to caution ourselves and make sure that what they're saying is true about the copyright stuff. Because if from what I've heard, I heard somebody was doing a thing and they had the UFC title, the fight playing in the background.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing too, and it's like,
just be careful, guys.
Yeah. The Wild Wild West of eBay way back in the day in the 90s, we all know about that, right? I mean, people selling keychains for 50 G's and you get a book, you know what I'm saying, or you know, whatever it was. And it's like eBay's come a long way. I mean,
yeah. The other thing is, remember Napster?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You just don't want to be the one asshole who gets caught.
So Nick says all content belongs to Whatnot. So if they are not monetizing your video, they are not paying you for using the music in the backgrounds. Your only ownership is the book. But it also says that anything you do on there. So basically he's saying because you're not getting paid for the to run ads on it like YouTube does,
correct, then
you can't get hit with copyright strikes. I think that's bullshit. I think if Dana White finds out that people are watching UFC on some app, he's going to go after.
Dana White's talking about UFC and piracy in general. And like, you know, people are making third-party websites that stream UFC events.
I mean, I don't know if Nick's a tort lawyer or not, but I know someone who is. I would encourage you, if you own your own home, are not judgment proof, etc., to be careful about doing things that may expose you to personal liability, because you don't want to be the grandma who gets banged by a Napster litigation by the fucking guitarist of Metallica because he read an Anne Brand novel and wants to vindicate his fucking property rights at your expense.
Well, here's the other thing too. A wise man once told me in my finance class, if you embezzle money, right, or do anything illegally, make sure you do it big enough that you can pay the lawyer fees. So,
that's the other thing, dude. So like, lawyers are expensive, and when like Joe Blow gets in a car wreck, thank God I have an insurance policy. I don't know that the sellers on here have commercial general liability policies. They're not. I don't know that fucking comic shops have CGL policies that do anything other than like cover them if they're like trying to look up the skirt of a female employee. And even those ones don't cover much. Maybe if a rack falls on a child, right? Like CGL policies cover nothing. They're horrible. Insurance policies are terrible. They're like Swiss cheese. So, will it cover you or indemnify you, or is there a duty to defend you on these things? Ooh.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, I mean, I think we're a little further than some of our intended topics.
Yeah, I think you guys are getting into content creator
thing.
Well,
here's just what I want.
It's a selling avenue.
I want to buy and sell comics. I want to buy and sell comic books. Not
it's taken the live stream Facebook thing and put it in a more condensed space.
The only thing that I am talking about watching yourself is to content creators, because it was made really clear to me that night that Andy is talking about going on there and doing a show like we do here, right?
Yep.
And that's just what I want to caution, because I know a lot of content creators out there are doing the same thing. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying this could be really good, and that's why I looked at it, because I'm like, holy cow, this could be awesome. Like if we could go on there and create content.
Yeah, and I anticipate that the guy who's like Quasar is going to be the biggest hero in Marvel Phase 3, that he's going to get pushed off the app, and guys like Sean and Steve and others are going to be the major players, that there's going to be a ton of competition on this thing, and I think that's going to happen quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's great.
I've already seen several Instagram guys like, I just set up an account. Now I'm not sure what I'm doing there, but I'm not going to miss out.
Yeah, and with that growth, I just want you to be careful, because I'm telling you and my other friends that sell books, like, pass on the UFC fight in the background. Pass. No matter how much I like to listen to,
songs,
2 Live Crew and flip books, I wouldn't expose yourself to that. I just play it real safe, and your books will carry the day. Your personalities will carry the day, and you let the other people kind of endure the consequences of trying to bend rules and stuff. I don't think anybody needs it.
But not like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And even more importantly than that, if you thinking of turning this into some kind of a content thing, realize if you come up with some cool content on there, it's not yours anymore. It's as soon as you come up with it on there, it's theirs. So that just be really careful. But the selling part is crazy because one of the things Andy said is that he was on there for 3 hours and made a grip of money. So that is the key. So here's the other thing. And this is what's great about, let's talk a little bit about what's great about it, right? So all these people who are usually selling, they're selling on third market. Like, we always talk about Jesse James Comics in the third market and Facebook live sales and YouTube live sales. And there's all these people do IG live sales, right? People do all these sales. But there's always kind of problems with it. And this app does talk about it, how it was supposedly made from fans, for people that want to do it. So it sounds like some of the things that they've done where they've put buttons in to bid on stuff. So you don't have to have this issue with latency in a chat, right? Saying you want something. I would be interested to know how that works. Is there major latency still on the GUI, and the service and all that stuff? And can sellers and buyers still have to deal with that? Do you as a buyer or as a seller have to deal at all with any of the sending out information, or does it automatically do it for you?
Let me tell you how to the best of my knowledge here. I don't want to speak for it, but I think I do understand because I have specifically asked. So this is another reason that I want to move through some books on here, stuff that honestly eventually I'll run some daytime stuff, which is like cheaper stuff that I don't need anymore. I'm not gonna pretend Quasar is the next key to Marvel, but by any means do anything like that. But so basically, when you pay
or get the phase wrong, you won't get the phase wrong.
A future phase. And so basically, so you buy it automatically charges you for shipping. I think for one comic. I don't know about slabs. I'm not sure how to set it up in the background yet, but I know you can do this. So the 2.9 or whatever, that's the PayPal side of that. So 8% and then 2.9. So it's better than eBay.
Shout out to Bronze and Martin Gods.
Yep. And so
hit us up. We want you back on shows.
So anyway, so when it comes with shipping, so it's going to charge you the $4.50, and then it charges you $1, one more dollar per book, automatically. And then once all your totals are done, everything's paid. When the auction's over, I'm not sure if you exactly how you send it. I know that they have a deal with USPS. They send you the label and tell you where to ship it. So you don't print your own label. You don't have to talk to the seller. You don't even have to communicate with these people at all. You just put all that shit in a box, and wrap it really well. If anyone worth your salt. We've been talking about that for a lot of years here. Yeah. And get it safely out. It doesn't matter if it's $1 book, by the way, people. Don't cheap out on people. Go ahead, get those books out, and that's it. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to pay for it. They collect all the money, and they've got to deal with USPS, and that makes it easy. So when I saw these people, like a lot of guys running with that we're talking about these dollar books or whatever, well, they're giving away to a slab or something. Somebody who wins the most books. So basically, they're talking people into paying, buying all their dollar books, and then maybe spending $2 on it, maybe spending $3. Maybe it's got a cool Batman cover they never saw before, and they paid $12, $20, something like that. Anyway, so there's ways to move bulk that to me is very attractive. You know what I mean? To get people to do that stuff. And my stuff, personally, my stuff's mostly hand-picked stuff. Plus, I got plenty of dollar books and unexpected didn't pan out. But it's either I bought it to read it, or I bought it because it looked cool. It's not like collection stuff that I picked up and things like that. And we've already talked about it in the group how to do this the right way. And those of us with integrity in comics for this year, right? How to do this the right way, and they're letting some of us sellers who have been sellers for a long time in a little ahead of unknown people, and that's for the reason. So we're getting together, already talking about how we can do this without having to screw people for 1 second. And an auction's an auction, right? I'm gonna when I run Sunday auctions over the years on eBay, I've always, as long as I get the average price about at the end for the total of the auctions, because $100 book's gonna end up going for 28, but then another $100 book's going to go for 160 for no reason. And as long as it averages out, man, don't cry, or something like that. And there's smarter ways to run auctions. And so knowing how to eBay auction is a way, I'm sure, that I'll probably do okay selling this stuff. Plus, I know my books are better than dollar bin stuff. So.
I'm really looking forward to doing this because this is perfect for me. Somebody that has the cards, the toys, the comics, you know what I mean? The music memorabilia, like it's perfect for me. And like I was so stoked when I started hearing about how maybe they want to turn it into a content creation thing, because in all honesty, like it's tough right now with YouTube with some of the things that are going on. A lot of people in the YouTube sphere are talking about this. YouTube is just the best place to do this content right now and to get your stuff found. But if we were able to go on there and do like a Flipside show on there and, you know, this and that would have been killer. Absolutely killer.
Let's be real honest, right? Nobody owns their own shit. I mean, you know, you got to be like Jerry Seinfeld before somebody will negotiate with you. Like, oh, you can own your own content. Rogan, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be a big dog before that
which
happens.
we are not. Yeah.
So,
but,
you know,
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
You guys want to move on now that we lost John from sheer boredom?
John's got to jump back in here when we get to market report here in a little bit.
That's fine. Let's talk
we drove him to have a drink.
He's literally gonna go drink himself blind.
He's literally filling up a whiskey.
He's like, I don't know what whatnot is, but I want to kill all of you.
Yeah, Heroes Reborn. Thank you, brother. This is the type of stuff. Hey, we love each and every one of you guys that friends that you catch us on live, and all you people out there that watch us.
Dude, do you know I got to meet people like in person at the con? Carter too this weekend. It was fun.
People actually, it's kind of trippy when people say like, "Hey, I watch you. I'll watch your stuff." It's trippy, but it's cool. Like I'm getting used to it. But let's talk about what we did. Me, Mr. Mercenot, and Nico, the genius over there. So we went to this con. I drove.
What is it called? What is the con called?
What do you actually call it?
This month's Harper show. I guess.
The Harper show every month.
Jeff Harper Productions.
Yeah.
The Buckeye Comic Con, maybe?
No, that's his word.
That's upcoming.
That's upcoming.
Sunday's record-breaking show. Here we go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, bunch of cool people. I hope I'm not in that picture because I'm gonna hit them with the copyright.
We're fucked. Gonna get it again.
I know, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the cosplayers were driving me crazy. I thought my friend was gonna legitimately assault and batter. Because they're usually not at these things. Like, this is our reprieve. It's just straight comics.
That's what I mean. Why? Like, why?
Yeah. Why were they there at a small con? No clue.
I mean, it makes them feel good, and the world's coming back together.
I know, but I liked it when they have. I like it when they have their own area, not when usually they don't even bother me unless they're allowed. Like, there was this dude.
Yeah, there we go. Akron Canton Comic Con.
He was pretending like he was the Jack Nicholson Joker. But he was like, I don't know.
He was like extra with it.
They had a conflict. Yes.
Somebody in the chat today said he yelled at the Joker. Somebody named the Joker dude yelled behind him.
That piece of shit right there. I thought the guy was in the 20s, talking. You know, I thought he was like some sort of teenager being a dick. But no, that motherfucker is too old to be acting the way he did.
Do it, Connor.
It was really improper. It was annoying.
So I'm trying to talk during the fucking trying to just buy shit, and I just hear these loud ass motherfuckers, and they're like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "I just want that book," and they're like, "What book?" I'm trying, and it's like a 15-minute conversation to pull a book off a wall because I can't hear shit. But irregardless, I drove 3.5 hours down to this little bingo hall of a place.
How far?
Like 3.5 hours.
You got a kid. You probably enjoy leaving for the day.
No, I took the wife with me. The kid was.
Oh, you did?
The kid was. You know, the wife always comes out, man. She loves it.
That's true. That's true.
So we drove, and then the state of Michigan's under a flood warning. Half the city of Detroit's in the flood. So I get down there. I don't know what time I get down. 1 o'clock or something shit like that. I didn't even get there.
Late.
I was
very
really
late. You got late.
I was late.
You got late.
We were convinced you weren't coming.
Right. I thought, because
that a flip
The
side
show
hat right
opened, we
there?
didn't see
That is
it.
a flip side hat.
Nice. Is that
There
you?
you go.
That's George.
No, that's George.
Oh, okay.
You can tell
Who's
because
George?
he's not taller than the books, Nico.
It's true. That's true.
Oh, I
It's
didn't-
hard for me to see over. I
I
go
thought,
like
there
this.
was, I thought there was officially no George here.
Yeah, there's no.
Who's
Um,
that?
so
Guys
yeah,
are
we
still
went.
a say.
So we went to the show. I got there like 1. I'll show you pickups and stuff. I'll see people left. See, look at this shit, man. I left before Dino got that, man. Bullshit. So yeah, I got there. It was cool. It was a small little bingo hall kind of. They had what, I don't know, 20, 30 vendors maybe. I went through stuff. I went through a run. A lot of modern comics. A lot of overpriced modern comics, right, Carter, on the wall. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like shit, man. I ain't buying that stuff.
Did you try to work any deals for any of the overpriced modern stuff or no? Nothing.
I'm
nothing.
not on that train. I'm on a
Carter-
G8. I'm on a
Carter,
Golden Age
you
train.
watched me buy books. How do I
Oh
do?
boy.
Oh, you did good. You did pretty well, I have to say.
I did okay. We can talk about what I bought in pickups. I'm on a GA train. Since I got Thursday night old school comics with my boy James, I've delved into the whole Golden Age emporium of books. It was okay. I mean, I got good deals on my books. I'm not worried about it. I don't know. My wife got books. She was happy about that.
Some horror stuff or what?
No, she's on the Scotty Young train too. So my man John.
Oh, I can help her with that.
Oh yeah, dude, just send a stack, dude. She
There
loves
you
it.
go.
I got like a portfolio full. I got a little short box working with her. So, yeah, she's on Scotty Young. She might be the smartest person out of all of us. She's like hoarding Scotty Young covers and watch this is gonna be. Yeah. I hope so. So.
Wouldn't take much to be the smartest of us.
I know, right?
Good point.
I know.
Good point.
So I mean, it's cool. I mean, I've been at a Harper show before. I mean, I think the show before I pulled a lot more fire, I guess. I bought ASM annuals back in the day. There wasn't any there. What else did I buy at the last show?
I didn't leave my booth until fucking noon.
I know.
Wait, were you
Okay.
selling there?
Yeah.
He had fire on the wall. It was just really expensive for that show. Like he needs to go to like C2E2.
Well, yeah,
and
but you only
unload it.
got to sell one book. You know what I mean? I usually sell one off the wall, and it's like whatever, perfect.
Yeah.
And this one, I think I set up a sale for one off the wall. We'll see.
Playing the long game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real big deal. The wall's just kind of like to attract the people over that will understand what the fuck is in the boxes. The best part of the whole show for me was this dude walks up and he's like, "You got the first appearance of Black Panther in your box? What the hell? That should be on a wall." And I'm like, and my buddy TJ, who's hilarious, doesn't miss a beat ever. He's like, "Yeah, that Ultimate Fallout 4 you just skipped over is much more expensive in that grade." And the dude just looked at us and was like, and fucking hightailed it away from the booth.
Oh boy.
It was like,
So
like,
no, you didn't have to wear a mask at a con. I guess
there were no protocols. People just would cough on one another.
Yeah, it was
Welcome
great.
to Ohio.
We did not have to wear a mask at Staples Center Thursday. It was just a charade. You put one on to walk through the door, take it off, and they don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
Under the guise of eating. So yeah. So that charade's about over.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not saying everything's fake. I'm talking about the mask deal with all the stuff, the whole take it on to walk to your seat and then take it off kind of thing is like, and that never made sense to me. So
what else has happened? Shit, dude, I can't even remember now. I got there late. We had dinner. We had a nice dinner with the boys. Nico was perturbed at the restaurant we went to, but that's okay.
Well, I thought I was going to die. They took me to like a dive Japanese restaurant of Sleepy's picking in like Rando, Ohio City that I hadn't like vetted beforehand. And I'm just like, oh, this could go sideways real quick. Like this could not be good. Eating raw fish from some like random hole in the wall at a strip mall, like that can like either be like, oh wow, this is great, dude, or oh my god, I don't know what just happened to me.
The last time I did that, I had food poisoning for a week, and never
we
again.
survived. We survived against all odds.
Yeah. And then what else? We got that. We talked about that.
It was fun. People were buying. I'm trying to think what people asked for.
Oh, talk about an X-Men 1 that sold.
Our friend who is a pretty shrewd buyer actually paid, I don't know, $600-700 for the cover, front cover only, to an X-Men 1.
Yeah.
I frankly looked at it, but then I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
If it had the back cover, it'd be real fucking interesting.
Yeah.
But I ain't trying to like piece together.
Hold up, just the front cover.
Just the front. That's why I was like, pass.
Yeah, just the front. Yeah. And it wasn't like it was in great condition either. I mean, it obviously just the front cover.
When I saw it, I'm like, oh my god, there it is, just like in a bag and board. But
so he said he showed it. The guy who originally bought it, he was like, "Yo, man," he goes, "I bought this X-Men 1 for $600." I'm like, I thought it was like an X-Men full book for $600. I'm like, who is this dude? I need to go like. How did I miss that one? But no, he had an X-Men 1.5 SS for like 15 stacks on his wall too. So
yeah, the professor.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
you know. So I skipped that whole booth. So that I saw that there. I bought some cool when we get into pickups. I bought some cool books. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because I'm down the GA rabbit hole, and it's like, you know. There's no GA dollar books. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're not digging in dollar books roughly for GA. I mean, they had like 2 boxes a piece per dealer, and they're like, here's the GA, and it's like, yeah. So
I did pretty fucking good on my Golden Age pickups.
Yeah, well, we'll go. Well, I know you're excited. We gotta tempt you down a little bit. So Brian's gone. I'm gonna do the comic book market report. I wish we had like a good intro. I don't have one. We
need like a GIF.
That wasn't
Brian.
That wasn't bad. Just need a little more enthusiam.
No, I don't know. Like maybe like this. I don't know.
That's a good one.
Maybe a little market report action. I don't know.
I like that one. I like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey was born in the poorest city in the state of West Virginia, the poorest county in the United States, McDowell County, West Virginia, and is now one of the most successful Hollywood personalities in America.
And for the record, I do since we haven't seen this guy in a long time, I never want to forget our boy Paul. One love, respect.
Amen. Holy shit.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's go with the market report. So
all right, I can rock this.
You gonna run it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, oh my man.
This one stuck out to me. I'm sorry, I'm a little out. I've been like not paying attention to comics for 3 weeks, so if there's something here that like you guys are like, I knew this already, I apologize. I'm kind of catching up. I've been getting my butt kicked in life, but this is one of the better hues from the run. Last issue, beautiful cover. I think our boy Paul actually has one of these somewhere floating around.
I stole it from him.
2020, it was a $300 book every day, all day. In March, there was a sale for $450, and now we're at $800. So
good use of the word scarce.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't lie though. I think that's my favorite cover of the Hughes part of that run. What's the all black cover is pretty good too. Is that 12 or 15? And that one's been 450, 500. I don't know what it is now, but I know I sold 450, 500 years ago, and I always thought this one was a little bit nicer, although I like both. And so I guess to me this is just sort of getting a bit of its due compared to a lot of other things. I don't know if it should be $400 from Loesch, but whatever.
Well, that's what it's like. You're heading quickly to a Loesch.
Yeah, exactly.
So
maybe not a bad buy at 812.
Which is due for a double, isn't it? In today's market of everything is 2x.
100%.
The issue is we don't live in that market. We don't live in the market we understand there, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it should be a way higher book, but there's not the love that there was for it for some reason.
So that Catwoman 51 in a 9.8 doesn't even go for 300. It barely scratches 300.
Yeah, and I like the lost numbers better.
Play
lost numbers.
Wow. Covers or Supergirl covers, but Zatanna will pay spec prices for their covers.
Yeah,
interesting.
Okay.
This one caught me a little off guard.
It should have been a 9.5.
Yeah.
I like the white pages, and I like the white pages.
But I mean,
Yeah,
this guy was a high in April of 2250. Now we're down to almost half. Well, actually, right at half. So
A lot of I like the snowflake fire. Was a good listing there.
Snowflake
A
is lame.
listing of Ice and Fire.
Yeah. He should have indicated that the sticker was not on the book.
So yeah, some things coming down that were real hot. This one, this is one. Could have had this one for $80 last year. Now, just shy of 600. 2 sales.
Wow.
Work with the mouth. 7.
How much?
Almost
Could we have it
$600.
for?
$80.
We could have had it for $80 in 2020.
A 9.8?
Yep.
Wow.
Who I forget? Somebody started some fake rumor about a Deadpool multiverse on some bullshit website that just makes things up, like comic book fan fiction recently, and then it got passed around like it was real news. I can't remember who though. You use the Google machine. You can laugh for yourself.
I'm sure. I just enjoy seeing these things, and that's why.
Yeah. It's a great cover though, and a cool character. But
it is a great cover. It's not probably $600.
No discernible validity to that rumor.
I would pay. I'd probably pay $200. I mean, look at the first app thing. Whatever look at the indica they have on the right there. It's a fucking paragraph and a half. So it must be valuable.
That's a $300 book.
Yeah,
but
all day.
I'm also an old man, so what the hell do I know?
I'm just a franchise, so it's fine.
I got a raw third print up for $300 that hasn't sold yet. Oh, sweet! I got some of these.
Get the fuck out of here!
2 sales. One was $280. One was $300. So
okay,
this book. I fucking can't.
Everybody's just looking in the back like, yo, man, that stack's right there. I got it.
Actually, believe it or not,
hey, just by show of hands, can everybody just show how many they have?
I can reach 3.
I gotta do it.
And they're just
Carter,
out of the.
Remember we were at the dollar sale and you picked up a stack of them and I'm looking at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, but I just keep dude. Legitimately, I probably got I don't even know if I got enough screen. I just keep buying them. I don't know where the fuck they are. Well, hold on.
Exactly.
Wait a sec. Let me see if I got. Hold on one second.
That's
not even high, guys.
Luckily, I just graded a few and got them back, and this makes me happy because otherwise I wouldn't get any back until next year if I'm using CGC. So
I got
that's the CVCS immediate send right now.
Oh boy,
you pressed one of the variants for me, and it's sitting in CGC's hellhole.
This is a great thing.
There's a chance I get it back in time for the show.
I'm noticing that people are talking about how many they picked up. So continue that trend. Let us know how many you picked up in the chat.
Yeah, let's go.
We've been talking about this.
Guys, this is just my overflow room, where I just got random comics. You know what I mean? This isn't like I had them back there prepared.
No, not at all, dude. I was actually pulling out some books for Whatnot, and I'm only using Marvel characters in the one BCW box you can kind of see behind me. And those are and the ones that I have multiples of because I want to choose which copies and such. We're just happen to be sitting on the side next to it.
So the high sale though was $380.
Yeah, baby.
That was on the 18th, by the way.
I know what I'm listening tomorrow.
Interestingly, though, I checked the variants. The Asia variant, the AJAA.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that book, and that's the one I don't have.
Recently.
That's a deal. If this is fucking $380, that's a fucking deal, dude.
The Savage is the other one, which is a nice one. That's the scooter one.
Oh, that's the one I like. I thought that was Aha. I'm sorry.
No, maybe I'm backwards. What's the
I thought maybe Aha was the one on the scooter.
Scooter's the Aha. The Savage is I don't know. It's a character design, but it's black and white, kind of Steranko-ish.
Okay.
That one has not sold since March in a 9.8, and it was 131 back then. So that's interesting that it's not sold.
Yeah, and there was a website that had 6 of the higher ratio. I think the 1 in 50, which is another really good Venice Beach cover. And I said there's going to be and they were sitting at about $75. And the listing was near me. I personally didn't feel any of them were 9.8. And I was like, there's going to be a day when I'm going to just be like, why didn't I just buy all those again? And I think that day's finally here.
Yeah, it's here.
I think that's now. Yeah.
It's the day. This book,
did you pull any of the Marvel Point ones that we showed last week? Speaking of just like hodgepodges of books, there were auctions for like, I don't know, 40 copies of Marvel Point 1.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't pull them, but I saw it.
And they got big numbers. And I was like, that probably would have been a good buy. But anyway.
Once a month, JJ. Once a month. I count it. Every time.
What's the name I'm supposed to say?
Aja.
Aja?
He's lucky we know who he is, man. Whatever.
Oh, bang.
Damn. Are the Clippers losing, bro? Are the Clippers losing?
Wow. Damn,
I
dude.
just lost my feed. I don't think so.
I am in shock this book is still relevant.
I do. I thought it would cool down. When you think
I sold one of my 2 copies, and I kind of was like, I almost sold another copy thinking it would die down real quick, and it hasn't. There was a high sale back in April for $650, but for it to still be a $450 9.6.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't get it, man. Maybe that's just me, dude.
That's a book I wouldn't sell. I love that book in the long run. Love
That's
it.
a cool book.
I think there was in the last 2 weeks, this was no cheaper than 2 stacks for a 9.6, no 9.8s available on eBay, or you can go fuck yourself. And then after the hype sort of died down, there were like a couple live auctions that got like these like less than $1,000 results. But I think for a long time, everybody was like Carter. It'll be interesting to see in the long term. Like, is this the DC character that people actually care about?
There was that 9.8 I think we talked about. Their 198 sold for $1,500. So
I think Stein gave a 9.6 away, right?
Yeah, that was in the box.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Speaking of Stein's box, I don't know what. Oh, never mind. That's that book. He gave away one of those Young Avenger Hawkeye books that I won, 9.8. So that was happy.
Yeah, I think I think the price tag on a 9.6 is now around $1,000 on eBay. I think it's like 50% less for buy it nows.
Yeah.
Well, I still want this book, man. I love this book, and hopefully I can find one day that's at a decent price, because I love this book. I even love that Pink X book. I think they're cool niche collection in comics to have. They're cool characters.
Yeah. I sold a nice Pink X newsstand for $300.
Nice.
This book has stood out. I don't see this bad boy very often. Fiction House book, beautiful painted cover. Monster number 1 from 1953. There's 2 issues in this run. A 5.0 sold in May for $5.28. There are only 35 in the census, and a 9.2 is the high. So it's a pretty rare ass book.
Very cool.
I love it.
I do like just seeing some things that I don't see very often. I mean, I know this book exists, but I rarely see the damn thing.
Yeah, I've never seen it in person.
Sean, a little Werewolf by Night number 1, which, last sale on this book was $5.50.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
This is not Marvel Spotlight 2. This is issue 1.
Yeah, I know, because it's right there. Because it didn't come up. The 9.4, I don't think it's sold in a while. I don't know if you checked the dates on it.
It's been a while. I think it says August.
I think the next to last purchase on the 9.2 was mine, and I paid, I don't remember exactly, but let's call it $600. But it was less than, it was 100 or something, or 100 or 200 or something less than the last sale on the 9.2.
Yeah. And
because this is a lot, like, everything else, like leaving the planet, I definitely needed to get a nice copy before whatever, and I can do it. I didn't see this, considering that doesn't look that horrible overpriced considering the 9.2 price. So I might have considered bidding on this and then selling.
It's been a year since the last sale of a 9.4.
There you go. Yeah.
And I don't think anybody would disagree. Like, okay, so maybe it's not as hard as the Marvel Spotlight 2 in high grade, but it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I never see these books in anything other than like a lackluster mid-grade copy that's overpriced, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they're online.
9698s haven't sold in forever.
Yeah, and they probably it's the material in that red cover and the wear on it is probably the same, but with Marvel Spotlight being square bound, like you're going to be able to press this about 100 times more easily than you can a Marvel Spotlight 2. So there you go. Yeah, so even 198. Yeah, that's what I said. I decided mine buying a 9.2.
Yeah.
Future movie plans.
I threw that one for you, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Future movie plans.
These I saw a run of these books hit, like the independent kind of this is not Crumb, but that kind of vibe. I wasn't even honestly.
Show.
You what?
There's supposed to be a TV show of this. Because I tried to get a first print of this. This is a fucking pain in the ass trying to find.
This is actually, I wasn't sure there was a good price or a bad price, so I had to kind of really dig into it.
It's all right. It's about what it's cost forever. I don't think it's ever moved up.
Okay, so that's what I thought. But in April, an 8.0 sold for $850. So this is half that.
I didn't know.
But there's not much else. There's 71 in the census and a shit ton of printings. I mean, I think 16
they're so hard to
17
figure
printings.
out, dude. The tough thing about like underground comics is it's just like the fourth print, but the cloud is purple and the pus is yellow. You're just like,
TMT number ones.
Yeah, dude. I don't like
in the book.
Yeah, I don't like it. Well, they don't tell you on the inside of these goofy undergrounds. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you need like a picture of what the first print looks like, and then it's still like a game of like, do all the colors match? Like undergrounds are hard.
When I see some raw ones up for auction, and I sometimes just give up because I can't figure it out. But I mean, there's 16 or 17 prints.
Well, and there's people that are really good at it that love it. Like we love the stuff that we specialize in. I'm just that's tough.
I just put this up there because
I love this book.
I love
this book.
But there was
I got one of these in my similar in my pickups later. So
nice.
there was a whole kind of run of this stuff, and I thought, okay, that's fun to highlight something different, see it. You just don't see like 8.5 is high grade for this stuff, man.
Oh. Cool.
This stuff was just not that kind of book.
Yeah, this is not. This is the roll up in your pocket, take to school, make your friends laugh kind of book.
Nico, this is your half the list. So I'm going to need some help on some of these. So.
Oh boy. Okay.
Joker, 610 on a raw 9.4. What's funny? When did I go to a show? I went to a show like 6-8 weeks ago with Ozzy. And there was a 9.6 for I think $400, and I debated hard on it, and maybe I chose wrong.
Yeah, you definitely chose wrong. This ain't no 9.6. I got 3 copies, unless I sold some that I didn't know about in my box that look this nice. They're $200 a piece. And nobody bought them. I almost fell out of my chair when I saw this.
No, because I'd stared at that price thinking it was not right, and I
right?
looked at GPA.
Like, is this a Canadian price variant? Like, what's happening?
I don't know. So,
is there a jewelry ad inside?
And why does he have 20? Why does he have 20C on the thing? It's 25, man. So what's the deal? I don't understand.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, honestly, kind of an always to me a little bit underrated book, being number one of a villain.
Amen.
But you could find it though, so I never thought that. Like I found a lot of Joker ones over the years, between like honestly like $5 and $25 or something like that. And I bought most of them. Like and I just kept. I would always auction them because I'd always get my money back, and it could be draw eyes being Joker, DC. You could throw those terms in your auctions and such. And I think it's a really good book. But like for a raw for that price, man, I'm not struggling much anymore. But geez,
yeah, it made no sense to me because it looked like a 9.2, maybe a 9.4, and I'm a little harsh, but. Not that harsh.
Yeah. Somebody thought they could fix that thing, for sure.
There's a color break on the corner though. You take a look at that auction and you tell me. I don't know if it got paid because it's not CGC or whatever, or GPA, but like it's interesting. Yeah. This was awesome though. I love this book. I thought when I saw it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. This is my time to shine. Ask me what's wrong with that book, and I'll tell you why I didn't bid on it.
What's wrong with that book?
Trimmed on all 3 sides. God damn.
Well, I mean, we see the label. That's tough.
Like, there's like restored books, and then there's trimmed restored books. You know what I mean? It's like the kiss of death. The only thing I'd rather have less, or ones that have hole punches in them. I fucking can't stand that. I mean, I can be missing a centerfold, and it doesn't bother me because I think, like, in my heart of hearts, I could at least somehow find the damn centerfold. But trim books and maybe that's just me.
Depends on the book.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I'm the same boat. Trimmed, not my jam.
So,
cool.
But it's the unquestionably one of the best Batman Golden Age covers. Period. So,
yep,
you know,
I
maybe
love the eyeballs or whatever those things are.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have this book than the first appearance of Scarecrow.
Yep.
All day, every day.
That one's a lame ass book.
Yeah.
This was one of your specials. You know.
Yeah, just a Golden Age book that you don't always see, and one that I thought was particularly beautiful. So
nice price on it.
Honestly. Yeah, and really, you know, kind of like what I was trying to demonstrate, I think, but when I sent these to you, and I apologize for the miscommunications, or else I'd had some GPA data. There was a time there, as we were like in the dog days of COVID, where there weren't Golden Age no reserve auctions. There were none.
Zero.
And now they are jamming books that, like, I never see on eBay all day, every Sunday. So
why do we think that is?
I think it's con season. I think people are trying to go back. I think people are trying to say, "Yo, man, I need some cash before I go to this con because I'm gonna make some moves." Or if you check out Thursday night, the old Heritage Promise collection. You know, people are trying to throw.
Talking about that damn thing.
Oh, you know, that's what I do, bro.
Yeah, but a lot of this, I think people are trying to pay for other stuff that they bought, man.
Yep. You
know, I think there's deals to be had.
Instagram right now, Golden Age sales all day.
Everybody's trying to upsell.
I checked out that Joker, and there's no shot that thing's 9.4. There's a besides the color breaking crease in the top right corner, there's a tear on the fucking cover halfway up the right edge, and
ouch.
The back
piece of tape on it.
The back can be cleaned up for sure, but it's it's not. I don't think it's 9. It's not 9.4, and even if you did get,
is it a 9.0?
You can't. It's probably 9. You could probably get it to a 9.0.
Well, I mean, if you're a seller, I mean, now's the time to be selling raw shit
could zoom
at grades. Nobody's going to get it back from CGC to complain and do it.
Yeah, it can't zoom.
Yeah, you can kind of see the chunk by Batman's shoulder. You can actually see it just like that. You can see, look to the right of Batman's shoulder.
Yeah, I see
Batman's shoulder, and you can see like a little tear right there.
Nice. Good.
So it's like, that's not a book that you can get. You're gonna 9 it. I think, but it's a Sparkle City sale, so they're customers.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
So that's what did it.
A lot of
these. Yeah. See, I didn't pay much attention. I just sort of like saw the thing at the bottom. I was like, well, this doesn't make any goddamn sense. The Sparkle City explains it a little bit, but man, with that, with what you found over the shoulder, looking at it for 2.2 seconds.
Most people don't do that. They can't grade.
So here's the other one.
Can't grade. Yeah, now, I need you guys to talk about this because I was lost.
Frankie Raynova. Let's talk about it. We were talking about it.
Oh, yeah. I love this character.
All right. So here's sort of my big takeaway from like books and what they sell for. I realize in this moment that I don't know how to look through boxes at cons. I don't know how to look at my own collection. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't think you guys do either. I don't think any of us do. Here's what I mean by that. If I told you that I paid $20 for a Secret Wars 8, you'd be like, sweet. Wouldn't even ask me. Brittle trim's better than hole. I agree.
She knows. Trust me.
I agree. But I fucking hate hole punches. But all right, if I told you I got a Secret Wars 8 for $20, you guys would be like, that's cool, right? If I told you I got a Secret Wars 1 for $20, you'd be like, why are you telling me that? What are you wasting my time for? I don't care about your stupid pickup George.
Yeah.
Buy some normal books, right? But legitimately, Secret Wars 1 sells for more than Secret Wars 8 in 9.8. Similarly, if I told you I got a random Fantastic Four 244 out of a box, you'd look at me like, I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's that Frankie Ray book, whatever. How many of those do you have? And, pick your, $500 book that makes us all excited every time we hear about it. Werewolf by Night, number whatever. Insert those books there. But the market for these high grade 9/8 of these like rando characters, whether it's the Hawkeye 1 number that doesn't make sense to any of us, or this Fantastic 4 9/8 that doesn't make sense to any of us. And admittedly, copper 9/8s are harder than ever before. Most of the high grade copies are already slabbed, but I believe in my heart of hearts that guys like Sean can sub 9/8s. And if a 9/6 is half this price, it's still a $400 raw book.
Right. And they're bringing back Ben still.
That's kind of what I want people to think about. You know what I mean? I give the advice I need to hear, and like this is where I really think I'm having a problem. Is I don't get these new prices. They don't make much sense to me. But if I'm trying to sell books to buy the stuff that I couldn't afford unless I was independently wealthy, then I need to be hip to those kinds of things.
Also, don't forget that this is a pretty dope character that is a Herald of Galactus, right? That's super dope. Hopefully we could see more stuff like that. But one of the things I really love about this character isn't this book and necessarily, but these Bowen busts that came out of her are absolutely stunning. It's like they're just gorgeous. And there's chrome versions. Like, check this out. There's a variant that's chrome. So just some quick stuff in there. Dope character.
Yeah. So am I wrong? Is this the FF book people are gravitating to for speculation purposes, or? I've heard people talking about this for 2 years and never really thought too much of it. Like, I'll grab them when I see them. But
how many times have we talked about we don't look at Fantastic Four after issue
200? 200, I go straight to see if 257 is there, and then 260 because I like the cover, and then go all the way to the back for the annuals, and then that's it.
I never went past.
I got time for all that shit.
I never went past 105,
110, whatever it is.
Yeah. Where's that Thanos?
The ink
issue?
variant.
Like, oh no, that's Avengers. No, yeah. Well, now you gotta check for yeah. Anyway, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Thing versus Hulk was that 112 or something. That's it.
112, yeah.
Never mind. Screw 200. I was thinking of Avengers for some reason.
Yeah, so like there was like a 300 or 400 issue wasteland for so long.
My point is, I think basically that we have these price anchors for what books cost historically, and I think they work to our disadvantage, right? Like people who've been in this hobby for a long time, we think that Secret Wars 1 is a $10 raw book, Secret Wars 8 is a $50 raw book, that whatever that those numbers may be, but like the comparisons are screwed up over time. Things have just changed. They've changed so substantially in the last X number of years because of Marvel movies that a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Yeah, it's just out of way. And you know what? Like, I'll be honest. Secret Wars 8 was, okay. I like to say hindsight 2020, but like so many times, I was able to buy and sell that book, and I would pick it up in any condition I could get my hands on. I didn't care. I'm not saying I'd pay any price for any condition, but it's a beater. Who cares? It'll sell. You can make a few bucks on it, but like like you said, you called it $50, but let's call it $30 to $80. But when you got $200 9.8s out there, I was like, this is the most ridiculously underpriced 9.8 considering what I can sell a shitty raw, like a literally like 5.0 raw for $50 whenever I want. Then you should be able to get 9.8 more than that. And people would say, oh, well, there's so many 9.8s. Well, the same's true for Spidey 300 and stuff. But when the supply outweighs the demand, and it was just all these black suit Spideys are so obviously gonna just go nuts, and they all have. Even Web of Spider-Man was the last one holding out, and I kept telling myself I was gonna buy more, and I didn't. And I pulled the one. I did have one for sale, like double anybody's eBay price, and next thing you know, I was like the cheapest on eBay, so I just pulled it off, and I was like, just keep that book, dude.
72 9/8, one SS, which is interesting. I don't know what that's about. And
72? No shit.
That's more than I would have guessed.
Wait! It gets better, boys. 7696s, 1SS, 45, 15, and 21 to round out the old 90 to 98. So, yeah.
Probably all two dealers that graded them.
They sold one book to one another for $911.
I'm just the data
and
guy.
now they're rich.
So,
all right.
I hope not.
No.
So anyway, let's think about this though, right?
This one.
If this is $1,600, right? Compare that price anchor for that book.
Do you want the price anchors?
To the $900 price anchor for the Goofy Frankie Ray. I mean, do you compare those two as like, oh well, that's only
$700 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
when you see them raw, you're like, you know what I mean? That Sandman one, that's an important book. You see the Frankie Ray, you're like, I don't care.
Frankie Ray's a $5 raw to me.
Thank you.
Maybe less to me, but whatever. Just so you know, in 2019, it's a $400 9.8. 2020, it's a $500, and as far back as January, you could have had this for $650.
The Sandman, right?
I think I'm the $650 sale, dude. I was so excited, I almost danced.
I mean, I guess I was. This was before me, the DC Vertigo stuff. It's just like I would never pay $600 for a Sandman one, anyways. I guess that's just me. I just I was never on this book.
And the news trickling out over and over on this thing. Yeah. I don't know where I'm at with it, to be honest.
I think we've all had a little fatigue. I think that's our disadvantage. We have a lot of fatigue on some of these properties. How long is
we're not.
I don't think. I disagree. I think that this is going to start and all the Sandman stuff's going to start shooting up even more the closer we get, because people have been waiting for this for so damn long. And this
I'm
is
not
such
saying that it is. I think it's hindering us as sellers and collectors, because we've done this dance so many times that we're like, it's not really happening.
I don't mind having 4 or 5 copies of this if I have to.
Yeah,
this
Brian,
is one of my all-time favorite books. So
I mean, what does it roll up to 3,000 or $5,000? You're gonna be like, it's like.
Well, here's the other thing. Like that number 8 was on the hot 10 list last week. So people are talking about the series right now. They're talking about the casting. They're talking about they're starting to see post-production stuff.
So what's the difference between Sandman 1 and Watchmen 1? Just a different market? I mean, because a Watchmen 1 that already had a movie, Alan Moore classic, arguably one of the greatest stories ever told in comics, like Sandman, arguably, unquestionably, one of the greatest stories ever told in comics, is like a $450 book, right? In 9.8. And this is 4 times that amount. I mean, I don't know. It's just that those are the kinds of things.
Wrong time for the movie to be made. Like there's no spec hype.
Interesting.
I mean, truly. I mean, they're not going to. It's the only difference to me is I bet Watchmen 1's higher printed, and been higher graded. Yeah. The sense is probably different. But I mean, if they were both competing and Watchmen were becoming a movie right now, they'd be running similar trajectories.
Okay.
Watchmen was a movie 23 years ago or something.
Yeah. That was in the middle of it when he was on Mars and everybody would hate that part. It was like it was boring and drawn out. And,
well, the
timing is everything.
The TV show was less than 3 years ago, right?
Wasn't direct source material.
And I also think that we got kind of tired of Watchmen with what DC did with it, with the whole Jeff Johns stuff. It was just so late and boring and not good, and I think that kind of killed that buzz a little bit.
And also, we got to remember, we live in the land right now of a $6,000 ASM 300.98. So price tags are irrelevant to all of us. I think your argument is valid. I can't comprehend.
What does this make the Burger variant worth?
$1 million.
Don't talk about that book on this show anymore. No one's allowed to talk about that book on this network.
Good luck, man. Is this shit even? I quit. I
almost bought one for like what I thought was a ridiculous price, and then like an idiot, didn't pull the trigger. It was like $2,500 for like a 9.4 or something. It was the last one that sold on
you
eBay.
and I talking about that one.
Yeah,
okay, that's pretty high. Yeah,
I was like, should I do it? And John's like, you know. And I was just.
I think my advice was, if you need this book, go ahead. If not,
Yeah,
the cowardly buyer never gets the prize.
I do get Sandman 8s kind of probably one every month or two. Just someone randomly sends me one to press, you know. And I will tell you, like, it's like my dream to hit somebody up and be like, you know which version you have? You know, the same way it's been my dream every time I bought one and came home with one, you know, because none of them were advertised as such and paying a fair price for it. You're like, well, I'm not gonna ask the fucking thing about this. I'm just gonna buy it, pay what they ask, go home, open it, and see how it goes.
I
haven't seen one. Supposedly there's something like, if I remember, I think Recalled Comics had it at like maybe 700 or 800 copies.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5.
Okay, but either way, that's not like incredibly rare.
Insubstantial, yeah.
Yeah, you also got to assume a lot of those probably did not go into collections.
Well, hold on, and they're all in Sean's neck of the woods.
They did.
Remember? They're in your neck of the woods.
Information on here.
California?
How are they distributed, though?
Don't get into this. You guys are killing me. I want this damn book so bad. And
they were like for a promotional thing.
It was a
right?
signing that Neil Gaiman was doing, and they sent the books there, and it was just
early.
the books that were sent to that signing. And
California.
Yeah. Hey, dude, there's almost nowhere to dig out here even anymore. I went
like,
digging. I'll show you during pickups. I went digging.
It's like the chance that you know, we can find a graham crackers variant. I got an advantage there. The only advantage I have, but everything else is shit.
Wow.
All right, Nico picked this one out. I didn't dig into this one too much.
I love this book. I can't find this book in any grade whatsoever. This copy looks like it got run over by an ATV. $670. There you go.
I will say, frickin' our boy John Brown, who's yet to appear on the show but was a founding member.
That's right.
Was trumpeting this book forever, and yeah. Congrats.
Yeah, we were like, dude, nobody wants to buy in the Raz, dude. All right, just let it go.
I remember he tried so hard.
We know you got a nice book, man, but we can't fill that big of money yet. And that looks to me also.
Do you like how he didn't even?
City.
How about he
Sparkle City listing also?
For real? How about they didn't even put?
It could be wrong.
They didn't even put what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and I know by the comma in that scan and how bright that scan is.
It's the first executioner, like.
Yeah, first executioner. That's what you get when you have an intern running your fucking auctions.
Oh my god!
And they're like, "What would you do? It already has a bid. Now we can't change the fucking title." All right, whatever.
So $750 for fucking Secret Wars Raw.
You ready now, guys?
So
you see what I'm saying?
I sold one
on
2
that.
years ago for like under 100, or what, maybe 150.
Dude, Nico's all in on this, dude. He probably bought this damn thing at $750. He's all in.
No, I definitely.
It's because the number 6 is newsstand. That's why.
That's right.
100% why. Because that one's worth 400. The rest of them are dog shit.
And Secret Wars 1 second print in there.
I fear that people. It's absolutely not in there. That's not a second print on the number 1, but it'd be cooler if it was. I fear that people who don't understand about comics watch this show and then we make jokes and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you know the newsstand." Secret Wars number 6 is very valuable, and then I've just like ruined someone for life. You know, liking us to all the other like idiots that are on YouTube. They're
hoarding Secret Wars 7s newsstands. There's a long box of them.
You know what I will say? I forget how many covers in this one in Secret Wars run were so damn good. Number 1, number 4. 8, obviously. That Doom cover is amazing. That Captain America cover isn't too bad. I mean, like, some of those covers are super iconic.
I mean, 6, 7 are first appearances. 4 is a banger. I absolutely love 10. I think it's one of my favorite covers ever. Yeah.
Yep. That Doom cover is, like Zek is, and that Hulk cover. That number 4 is, or is it 4 or 5? What is that Hulk one?
I can't remember where he's holding everything up.
Yeah.
I think these are in order if you're trying to count.
Yeah.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
3 is a big book all of a sudden because of Titania and She-Hulk. But again, when you think about this, if I told, like, as soon as this came up, everyone on the panel is like, get the You know what I mean? Like nobody can even.
I can't wrap my head around it.
Right, you're like, is this a fraud?
Dude, our boy Red Hood.
Like, did this really happen?
Our boy Red Hood, Joe, he kept saying, he was like, no, Secret Wars 1 this year, $1,000.98. And I'm like, all like, fuck, dude, God damn it, is he right? And they were $250 at the time. I remember mycomicshop.com, man. I had 4 or 5 9/8s in the cart for grand $1,200, whatever it was, and I just never pulled the trigger. And I watched them disappear one by one, and that was absolutely spectacular spec by that guy, because that would be easy, minimum $500 profit each book at this point. You know what I mean? And so yeah, thanks, Joe. I should have listened.
Yeah, Joe.
You just can't wrap your head around these. The price points just. I do the market report and I see these numbers and I can't fucking get myself to go stop thinking what you thought last year.
Yeah,
price
and then
anchors. Last year. How about the last fucking 20 years of your life? How about
since
right?
February?
Or that, right? Like it's simultaneously my whole comic collecting career that's got me just skewed, and then just the last 6 weeks. I'm like, but 6 weeks ago, it's wild. It's a fun time, but holy Christ, I feel like I'm trading on the margins, like derivatives or something.
Yeah, and you can look, you can say, oh, look back and oh man, I had this. I say it all the time because I've bought and sold a lot of shit over the years. But at the same time, by that thing, I couldn't also be super freaking happy about stuff that I never listed for sale or that I never sold that's sitting in a safe deposit box because they're worth 5 and 10 times what I thought their peak would be. And let's say some of them I'm playing at like a long-term, like literally retirement game with and stuff like that, they're already what I thought they were going to be in 20 years. Well, and I can't complain about that either. So I'm good, man. I just love comics being hot. Makes me so happy.
You got to think about the things you bought with that money, because sometimes
I wouldn't have those books either. You're totally right.
You'd have a bunch of books like this that you're still not happy with. So fuck it. All right. This one.
Hold on.
I sold.
You did
an 8.5 for $1,000 not that fucking long ago, and it's just a 5 goddamn low.
Yeah. Hey, remember when you called me about the Marvel Spotlight 5 and I talked you down?
Yeah, that's this.
Yeah,
this
you should have. Well, you should have called me about this one.
Well, that was like 3 years ago.
Oh,
that was Dino advised me on that one. I should have known that. Ouch.
Well, I mean, in my defense, I didn't think
at the time though it was a big fucking sale.
Yeah, right.
And I told him, I go, take the money and just run because nobody's gonna give you.
I bought a collection I flipped for $20,000. It's fine.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So no, but here's why it's here, right? Like this thing has been about this price for a while. This isn't like some big surprise. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, yesterday.
Right, but if I told you that 2 Frankie Ray 9/8s were the same as a Werewolf by Night 32, would you take a swing at me, stop talking to me, or laugh hysterically until you hit the floor?
Laugh.
I laugh, dude.
That's because you're kind. But I mean, too many of those Frankie Rays, you might knock my head off. I mean, that's what I can't, and I think that's what just infuriates a lot of the, what do we call them, the grumpy old men on the CGC boards.
I am the grumpy old man now.
Yeah, my goal's not to be that, by the way.
I'm trying. I really am. But I have these anchors in my head.
Guys like, wait, what the fuck happened to my hobby?
Yeah, well, I have these anchors in my head where certain things make sense. What about 4 of them, right? Because let's say they're just 9/6s we can't get. How many is it going to take? 50 copies of Frankie Ray's first appearance for one of these, for a Werewolf by Night 3250? You'd throw those Frankie Rays at me, right?
How
about a short box of them? Would you hit me with the short box?
Are you ready? How about 10 of these for a UF4 Jerkovich variant?
I'd take 10 of these all day.
Yeah, I'd take 10 of these.
Just saying.
But I'm a grumpy old man.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't
know what I'd take, man. That's where I'm at. I don't fucking know. I could go either way.
Yeah, who fucking knows, man? You know what I mean? Either way.
Whatever I choose, the audience should choose the other. That's all I know.
So here's another way to possibly look at it, man. Like, it wasn't always all or nothing. Like I would see like lots of like CGC Direct on eBay 10 years ago, like 14 slabs that are like 9.0 or higher, and buy them, win a lot of those books, in a lot for, $20-$30 a book and shit like that. And, end up selling them, doing okay, one by one, grind stuff like that out. And now it's like, I think if there's a lot of people that aren't maybe as concerned as what it is. Like when I'd say like a modern 9.0, like I think all of us can actually now consider that a low grade. It doesn't mean it's worthless. Like, you want Ultimate Fallout 4 9.0? Yeah, of course you do. Or especially the variant stuff like that. Doesn't mean it's worthless. Doesn't mean there's not a market because the prices are so high. But and then just the more you play in the game, but for a 5.0 for a Golden Grail is probably high grade for most any of the books we can think of. None of us are buying Promise Collection or Gaines copies of the horror books or something like that. So I just think there's just different levels to all of the games. So the price differences on some of the stuff isn't going to make exactly that much sense. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, because people are definitely paying a 9.8 premium. Like we showed that, like the Fantastic Four book we've been talking about all night. To us, what we consider a $5 book, being $700-800 9.8. And because nobody's bothered to look through those Fantastic Four books for this many fucking years, maybe you could find some high grade copy. Because everybody's been skipping Fantastic Four for a long time. So
they don't have they don't have the finger marks at the top.
Dude, it's like there's like the equivalent of 4 long boxes of Fantastic Four.
All the bags are stuck together. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's it, man. So there might be some untouched. That might be an easier 9.8 than we think.
I think
they've been self-pressed.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Carter, you know exactly what I mean by all of them stuck together too, right? Like,
listen, I was at a store.
Pull them out, like,
the
whole thing straight out of the box. That's what they look like in the middle of Ohio, stuck all together.
Exactly. I love it.
Had to include this beauty. A 1.0 Black Cat 50. Really nice presenting for the grade.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
2,600. I honestly was like,
that's not a bad price.
A bad price.
Yeah,
if I were buying, it's probably a copy I'd buy.
It presents well, and it's like, pieces out like that don't really bother me that much.
No, nice colors. You get what you want. You get the good stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, that was
Congratulations to the buyer.
A strong price, but I don't think you overpaid.
No. Who's going to regret that? That book might sell for $5,000 in that grade, $5,000 a point.
I want to
say, if there's a golden age market correction, right? If they go up like the rest of the tide below them has gone up, right? I will not be shocked if that's like
Carter. I do like they put it on a cat stand, like a cat scratcher stand, and took a photo of it.
You know what? I'm seeing that now.
Yeah.
No, not everybody has a trash can to use.
Hey, yo, man, CEO trash can, baby.
I didn't know that you were cat people.
I don't know what you. This one confused me.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, so
I don't even know what this image is because there's so much going on in it. Is that the EGS graded?
No, Halo's from Australia.
Is that Halo?
Yeah,
I thought it was the EGS.
No, Halo's from Australia. Yes.
1,300 American dollars.
Yeah, 1,300. I mean, that's not bad for a 2.0. I mean,
it presents well for the 2.0. I didn't take too hard of a look at it. There's a little tape on it. It's whatever. But I like these books. Picked one up recently from our buddy Greg at All American Comics where's Greg's at 2 stores. One in Warren, Ohio. That's the flagship store. And where's the other one, Carter? Boardman.
Man, that's Aussie $1,800, man. Isn't that like $900?
No, it's 1,200-1,300.
And that's like 13 and change now with the exchange rates.
I'm not. I always go by when I went to Australia and it was cheap. That's all.
Yeah, I just looked at this today. I couldn't figure out how to get it to come over and not say 13 and change.
Yeah.
It just kept going back to 17, so I was just like, whatever, and screenshotted it like that.
It probably didn't ship to the U.S. or something. So who knows?
Lord only knows what they could have. I mean, last time I got a book from Australia, they put masking tape on it and sent it to me without a bag and board. So, whoops.
I like the best thing he could do is get it on his air mattress.
My man.
At an upside down angle. I'm surprised he even flipped the picture over to save it. Clearly that was upside down.
Man, some of those books, man. Sometimes you try to take a picture and you get so. I took a picture of Crow 1, motherfucker, and made me insane. The goddamn black cover.
Yeah,
like you can't get a winning angle on that fucking book.
No, and you can't. And there's
take
like
books
little
like this sometimes.
too.
Right, like I try to take them vertically with rear-facing light, and just kind of indoor the whatever. But then my dumbass is always in the picture, which I hate too.
Yeah, I hate that. I get the angle and on a certain book, and you can see your face. Well, God damn it! And you get back.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well.
All right, Brian, I'm tagging out.
All right. Here we got a old school G.I. Joe figure that, to me, for all the old school G.I. Joe fans, when this figure came out is when G.I. Joe started changing from like neon firing missiles and plastic weapon racks instead of a little bubble where they put the backpack and stuff. So this character was like a cool Joe that came out at the wrong time. I always liked this character. It just didn't feel like, if this character came out like 3 years earlier and didn't have that stupid missile, this would be a super dope character. But I didn't know that there was a Belgium version of it that sold for $2,000, which is crazy to me. So this is pretty interesting right here. Yeah. Here we go. This is to all the old school skaters.
Tech decks, bro.
I used to rock the original Tech decks back in the day at my local bear cover skate and surf shop here in the valley. Yeah, we had a bear cover here, and they used to have the old school Tech decks back in the like mid 80s where you'd actually put your own grip tape on them. You know what I mean? You cut a little piece of grip tape and put it on there. I wonder how much those are worth, but these are the ones that came out in like the 90s, I imagine, right?
Yes, they are. I got a Tech deck down in the basement in the box that I give the kid, but yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember the commercial, like you had 2 fingers going down in the 90s or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Crazy
Tech
jumps,
decks, baby.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. So new Transformers Beast Wars movie is coming out. I thought I'd look and see what the cost of these loose figures are. I have a bunch of them, and I know I have the Optimus Primal. I can't remember if I have the Megatron because that is really cool and I don't remember seeing it, but I know I have the Optimus Primal. But here you go. These are some prices, so if you have them, then you know what they go for. All right. Here is our weekly Boba Fett market report. This is a real steal in my opinion. For $165, you get a decent figure, the weapon, and a little note to consumers about the not having the firing missile. So pretty cool. Nice. Yeah. All right. So this is a big book that we talk about all the time on here, and it's a big figure. I keep bringing up these Spider-Man figures. Here is the white 2099 Spider-Man variant figure that is in the same time period as all the other cool ones I've been showing you, the Dragon Man, the all those type characters. So this is $330. I don't think that's terrible, right?
Yeah. That's about what it's been since before COVID, for Christ's sake. And in a world where like everything's 2, 3, 4x.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I don't have the balls. I've taken these out, done terribly. If I get any more, I'm leaving them in.
I've never had one in the package. You ever try like
I have
like
2.
a magnifying glass or a grading loop or something like that? Because it's definitely more 9.8 and I'd assume a 9.6 and maybe 9.4 at this point. It's got to be worth more than that. I mean, 2099 is obvious spec. Just being honest here, you know.
Hey, I gave my buddy a 2099 upstairs there. Gave him one. It's dope.
Nice.
I don't know why. I'm still upset for paying $85 for one.
Dude, that's a great
for the toy.
No, for the figure.
For all of it. I passed up one for $40 at a show. And then like a year later, I paid like $85 for one. I don't know why. I'm still upset about that.
It's because you're a toy person. You just can't value. You value toys like we value comics. This little extra toy thing.
You know how you were talking about prices in your head?
Yeah.
That's exactly what what is going on with Carter right now. He's got that price in his head that he remembers. Yeah.
Stuff is dangerous.
Yeah. All right.
Leave money on the table.
Some more toys that I talk about a lot. The Homies. Here's Homies series 1 through 7 in the cards, which a way you could also get them. They were carded. $410 for 1 through 7. I think that's cool as shit. Yep. I love little homies. As a matter of fact, I got some little Lokesters coming up. Here is your Muscle Man of the week. This is the Satan Cross. Sold for $92, 62 bids.
Maybe you can buy a better table for that $92.
Dude, you ready for this?
Good Lord,
I had one of these. Remember I had one of them? I found one. I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah.
I left it in my car. Somebody, one of my idiot friends that was in my car, just absconded with it because they didn't know that it was worth any money, and it's just gone forever. I'm like,
oh no, that sucks. $92, but
dude, what if that is the best part of that guy's table?
That might be.
Man, at least somebody gave him $92 for a
we all know that table. That's a table that went to your first apartment, and there was a lot of illegal substances on it at one point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did a lot of drugs off that table at one point in time in my life.
You smashed a controller or PlayStation or some type of gaming controller into it. Yeah,
unquestionably.
Lots of spilt beer and ash. Yeah.
That table might be in front of a black casting couch. So.
Well, speaking of nothing, I don't know where to go from that. But how about this one? If you guys got a Yoda figure with the actual snake and the belt, nothing else, just the snake. I know that snake's hard to get.
Snake in the belt.
I know.
I don't understand how any of these people have like guns or the things that go with them. Like that just seems impossible to me. Like I can see this toy was inadvertently not opened, found in a storage locker in an attic. Like that makes sense. That someone kept utilities or like whatever, guns, a fucking scarf.
As I think about it, I should have if I was into toys more, I would have just Ziploc bagged them all together, right?
Yep.
And I don't even think about that now. Like I should have just Ziploc bag all my toys and then would have kept it all together.
Yep. All right. So I talked about the little Lokesters. Here's the first series of series 6 of Little Lokesters, the Hoppin' Hydro series. Pretty dope little figures. I love these things.
There's homies cool. Comics too.
Yeah.
I bought them when I found them.
$180 for just these 6 figures. That's pretty
awesome.
dope one right there, right? Like this one, that one right there. That's pretty dope.
Gas mask or whatever.
The
mask.
Yeah,
sweet.
the veterans one.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
With the boots, that's dope.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
Yeah. So big.
When did they come out, Brian?
The late '90s, I would say.
It was like 98,
mid '90s.
Those look way too detailed.
Little Lokesters came out after Little Homies, but Little Homies came out in the late 90s.
Okay.
They had to have. Yeah, they had to have. So
I was definitely in college on drugs when this were out. There was no buying that shit.
Yeah, these are 2004. So
okay.
Yeah, 2004, the Little Lokesters. So pretty dope.
All right. Play what I was doing by then.
Oh yeah, well, I hear you, brother.
I was in a law firm by then, dude. I definitely wasn't buying toys.
Well, the reason why I know about the Little Homies so much because I spent a lot of times around those in and out of those meetup spots, and they had the little quarter machines with the little bubbles in them. You grab stuff for the Little Homies while you're waiting. Anyways, these were one of my favorite toys as a kid. Battle Beasts. I fucking loved them. They were so cool. All my friends collected them when they first came out. This is the 87 Series 3 8-pack set. Wow. Sold for $2,000. $2,000. That's crazy. Look how beautiful these are, man. Remember these? My favorite one was the bat.
I like the monkey.
The monkey was cool. The bat was cool because it had a eye patch and a hook for a hand.
Oh, those are sweet.
There is a chicken.
There's a chicken. How about this one?
I don't think I ever had the chicken. I remember I had that rhino that is pictured there for sure.
How about this one? Here's a complete set.
Holy crap.
Right? Look how cool these things are, man. They even got the weapons.
Good for them. Good for them.
The lion is cool. There's the bat.
There's my monkey right in the
There's
middle.
your monkey. The gorilla's badass,
Gorilla,
man.
monkey. I'm sorry. Whatever.
It's
Yeah,
dope.
it's as cool as it gets.
Yeah. So here's all
Oh,
of
I
them.
like that shark too.
Well, the shark's cool. The spider's cool too.
Where's that?
Spider's right here, or the
Okay,
spider.
Definitely had like 4 to
that one's
6
dope.
of these.
The
I definitely
octopus.
didn't
I
have
had
all
the
this.
moose. I had the moose.
You're the moose?
Yeah,
Nice.
with the green.
I like
hand.
the moose.
Well, the duck. There's the duck. That squid's pretty dope.
That duck is hot.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That what is that? Is that a? I don't even know what that is.
That is a purple badger.
Yeah, purple badger. Look at
You
that.
heard of the
one.
honey
That one's
badger?
dope.
That's the purple badger.
This is one of those things that when they run at you, they open their the frills, the
The
lizards.
Gila
that
monster?
Run.
Is that the
Yeah.
Gila monster?
No, that's not the Gila monster. The Gila monster is out
Gila-
here in Arizona. Those are dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, these are things are super dope. This is a whole set. I just thought I'd go through them to give you guys some old school memories. But
Dude,
the whole
that,
set sold for
that unlocked a shit ton of memories. Holy
Right?
cow.
$1,300 for a whole set. So
Good. It's a
not
good
bad.
purchase because you consider. Let's just say this guy didn't get them all at a garage sale or something. He had to somehow put this together, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did he spend hunting online, driving around to different places, trying to get the right toys to
Going
him,
to shows.
and then
It's like-
going to shows, spending money on tickets to get into those shows? $1,300 is a bargain for this set.
Your
That's for
Red
sure,
Leg,
too.
it's like drinking at a brewery and they have like the wheel you could spin for your beers. It's like 1 through 50, and it's like you're at like number 48, like the 49th spin, you got to get number 22, and you're just spinning it all the time.
That's how it goes, man. That's it, dude. That's it.
Here's a character we talk a lot about on this channel. The Star Killer character. I think we all love him. This is the expanded universe Star Killer carded figure, unpunched. $172. These expanded universe figures sell for a shit ton. So
I didn't even know they had expanded universe
Dude, I
figures.
can't
That's
even
awesome.
keep up with this stuff. They had toys at the show, Carter. We'll talk about it later. I don't even look at the toys, man. I can't keep up with this shit, man.
What did that retail for? Does anybody know?
I don't think it was special. Let me look it up real quick.
That's a terrible looking figure.
What do you want to guess? What do you guys guess? Let's guess.
What this
looking up.
cost?
Yeah. When it first came out,
I don't know, $8?
I'm gonna say $12.99.
I mean, aren't those like?
I don't know
Oh,
if it was
that-
like I thought it was like a web exclusive, something like
yeah,
that.
that's what I thought too. It might be a web
Oh, that's
exclusive.
like $40.
Yeah.
yeah, like 26
Yeah,
bucks.
I don't have a clue. This is not
$24.99.
I'm looking. I'm trying to find it. Let's
Chat,
go
come on, chat. Chat's got to know.
Yeah, chat's got to know.
That thing
Chat, let
looks
us know.
jacked up though. What the hell's wrong with it? Why does it
The
look like that?
suspenders are down.
I'm hearing people say for about 14, 15 bucks. So, hey, listen, where are all the Dark Side guys, man?
Yeah.
JJ, where you at? You should know
Yeah.
this. JJ, by the way, if you guys aren't watching Dark Side, JJ Maxwell and all the guys over there in Dark Side, Jedi Johnson, JJ Maxwell, all those guys are doing great stuff. JJ has a really cool segment he does over there where he deep dives on a couple of characters, and he shows you like their first appearances in comics, where they are in the TV and cinematic universe, and then their figures. And
Wait, where's
shout out
Action
to them.
Figure Aaron at? Action Figure
Yeah.
Aaron, who has every
Yeah.
action figure on the planet.
so, anyways, dope stuff. So if you have any of those expanded universe stuff, they sell. All right. Let's see here. Gotta love this one. We talked about this last week. I don't think it's going to happen in 4 or 5. Well, I know it's not going to happen in 4. I don't think it's going to happen in 5. But if you guys had this chance to buy this figure, there's the final sale on that figure.
The future governor of AZ.
If they win. What's the score, Sean?
114 to 100 Clippers.
There we go.
And
So
there's 2 minutes and a shot clock left.
So we're going game 6, boys. Game 6, boys.
Game
We'll see what
6.
happens. All right. This is cool. So for those of you guys that remember me talking about, keep an eye out for like when you can get, cases of stuff like action figures and stuff.
Dude,
And
look at it was $10. Look, Action Figure Aaron all day, baby. My man.
He's
There
as
we
smart
go.
as they come, dude.
there we go. We're gonna get Aaron on this channel soon, ladies and gentlemen. Super, super smart. All right, so I told you keep an eye out for if you can get them in lots. This is a lot that would just make most Star Wars guys drool. This is consist of most of the final 16 figures, I think they call it, the Power of the Force line. These figures came with the coins back in the day. This was like the last stuff they put out from the original OG stuff. And I remember buying every single one of these at my local not Toys R Us, Lino Play World, I think it was. Yep.
That dude has some balls with the table over the balcony, man.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, dude, look.
You like that?
It's floating.
Look, dude, I can legitimately see his balls on the C-3PO case. You know what? Make his balls look kind of big, man. He should put that on his dating profile.
Oh boy!
Like, sir, you have
$2,200. $2,200, you guys.
Woo!
So, cool. If you ever see any of these figures,
woo-wee,
snag them up. Here's your quick screenshot, you guys.
Yeah,
this is the big money ones.
This Han Solo and Carbonite's a big money one.
Yep.
This guy right here is a big money one. This guy's a big money one. This guy's a big money one. This guy's a big money one.
Jeez.
All the ones I've never fucking seen before in my entire life. Makes sense.
This guy's a big money one.
With the bow, though, right? You gotta have the bow.
I don't think so. I think the figures are still rare. I know this figure just without the Carbonite, the figure sells for like $300 sometimes just alone. So
which
the
one does that figure look like?
That right there.
That goes inside the case, dude.
Yeah, this one goes in. This is the accessory for this figure.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Damn.
Yeah. Cool stuff. All right. Big money in that. All right. Sweet. So one of the things that I noticed is comic cards are kind of coming to a market correction. I think not singles, but boxes and stuff, unopened boxes. So I just want to show you guys. I just did a search on sealed boxes for sold prices. Look at some of these prices. Here's a Series 3 unopened Impel box, $100. Here's a Series 2, $225. You got to remember, these are selling for thousands before.
How much for the X-Men? 177, dude.
117.
Yeah, 177. That's probably a good deal.
This Marvel Masterpieces used to be a $350 all day. Now it's $150. Here's a Series 2, $197. A Series 3, $118. How about you keep going? And here's Series 1, $670. This was a $1,200 box all day.
I might be in some of these prices.
I know, me too.
Here's the special.
You teach me how to grade cards. Like, we could be in trouble together.
Yeah, dude. And how about Brian? What do you think? So I know a lot of people were trying to get their best shot at PSA 10s from these boxes, and then with PSA not really, I mean they halted all submissions, I think, right? Or basically, and anyway, it'll take longer than anybody else to get your cards back. I think that's got to be hurting these sealed cards, right?
Yeah.
I would assume. That's my best guess.
$385. That was $1,000 for that master pieces, the 92. It's a third. I got one in there.
Yeah.
And you're kicking yourself and not selling at $1,000.
Not really. Is that terrible? Yeah, I got issues. I got a little hoarder in me. I got to admit.
Well, we'll see what happens to him. You never know. All right.
Hell, I was looking for this is how sick I am with these cards. Ask Brian. I'm calling him, and Dino too. I was like, hey, do you guys know anything about pick your country, DC or Marvel cards? I found this one, and they're just like, what are you talking about?
Brian, did you see that 2021 Marvel Diamond pack he had listed? It was like $600 for a hobby box, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So this was kind of interesting to me. This is a 24-pack retail box, which means it doesn't have the biggest hits in it, but you got better chances to pull. You got good chances to pull some decent.
Okay, so this is a just for the dum-dums like me. This is a box of basketball cards that I could have bought last year at a Target.
Yes.
Kind of year before, but yeah.
Okay, 2 years ago to Target for how much?
I don't know, a couple bucks a pack. So there's 24 packs. So probably
like
like $100.
A mega box was 40. And if Brian and Dino, if you guys remember, we were ripping one morning. It was my old house. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And prices hadn't just gone through the ceiling yet. And so I came on. I said, "Hey, I'll jump on. You guys are live with the. I'll jump on. We're live. I got a mega box. It's my last Panini Prism, and like it's $40, but it's selling for $50 on eBay. So not really completely worth my time. Let's see what we get. I open nothing. Right. I get 0 hits in this box. Right. Not surprising, but whatever. It's a $40 gamble. It's not a it's not $660. Those mega boxes are like $800.
Yep.
And that was like 3 months later, and I'm just sitting here sick to my stomach. The one good side is I have every rookie from that year, and lots of them. And that includes a good amount of Jaw and a good amount of Zion. So.
I pulled a Zion for Mr. Brian. I remember we went that, and I had a whole stack of Myers boxes, and I was that dude that time and just read. I was like, I'll take them all, dude. No, okay.
Yeah, I've got. So out of all the things that I got 10 Zions, 2 green prisms. I got like 10 Jaws, a couple prisms. I got like 10 of the Keldon Johnsons, a bunch of the isn't Terrence Mann in there? A bunch of the Kevin Porter Jr. So we all just went deep on these.
Yes, he is, and that's a timely thing for you to bring up because the Clippers just defeated the Suns 116-102. Right as you said that.
What did Terrence Mann do? Did he score?
He did. Well, Paul George went nuts. I'm not sure. I'm watching it on TV, so I haven't kept up with all the scores and stuff or whatever.
So, anyways, this really seemed just like a deal to me. I don't know. I figured I'd just bring it up with you guys. You got a good chance of pulling a lot of the big rookies out of this year and at decent grade. But this is something that was really interesting. This is the last one of the last card things. And this is very interesting to me. So this is the one on the left was sold April 9th. It's a PSA 2 sold for $35,000. This is Mickey Mantle's 1952 Topps card, not his rookie. It's second year card. People don't remember that. His rookie was 51 Bowman. This is his second year card. This is next to like Honus Wagner. This is the all-time grail for card people, right?
Wow.
52 Topps Mickey Mantle. So a PSA 2 sold in April for $35,000. A PSA 1.5 sold the other night for $39,000.
No, again, I'm not the greatest card grader in the world, but the centering on the left looks terrible compared to the one on the right. And the color looks, I know it's a little faded on the right to the left, but is that really, I mean, I don't know.
Could have something on the back. I didn't look at the back. Yeah. So I just thought that was very interesting. Now, we also did get a message not too long ago about the ridiculousness that kind of happened in the card stuff.
The Jordan rookie card.
Yeah, and I meant to go over that tonight. I'll save that for next week because it's pretty interesting. So we'll get into that again next week. But one last thing that I want to talk about is also last week we talked about the Wander Franco call up. Wander Franco got called up, top prospect in baseball. I don't know what he's done his last couple of games, but his first game, he took a walk his first at bat, hit a 3-run or a 2-run homer his second at bat, his third at bat he doubled, and I can't remember. I think he might only had 3 at bats, so that's pretty good for your first game. So keep an eye on that kid out there. Nice. So other than that, that
reminds me of the Zion. It kind of reminds me of the Zion debut. He scored like 16 straight points in the game.
Yeah,
which is just not common, regardless of whether you're Michael Jordan or anybody. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I want to give a shout out to Neo Geo Comics. He let me know about this that I didn't know about, and I wanted to bring it up with you guys. Yep. StockX, which started out as like a shoe collector place, then jumped into the sports card market. It's a big place for buying unopened cards now, has now announced a deal with CGC. Or at least that StockX is going to be selling allow CGC books. So he said would be cool to hear you and the crew's thoughts on this on Tales from the Flip Side. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Here's another, we talked about the What's Not app earlier, which a lot of us are really looking forward to do some selling on, try and figure it out, see, dive a little bit deeper into it. I know we might have somebody we're going to talk to in the next couple nights about it. We'll see what happens. But here's another selling group, StockX, that's going to start selling comics. What do you guys think? Is it going to be?
So I think Steve Bork's going to be very sad.
Yeah, so StockX is based in Detroit. They got I could go work at StockX if I wanted to. I think it's a lot of overpriced stuff on StockX. I mean, yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of books there that are either I don't know how the selection process is going to be. You know, is it going to be like super insane books like you see like Jordan shoes on there, or are you going to see like 9.0 trash that nobody cares about trying to sell for like 9.8 prices? So,
well, here's something interesting. Dennis Barger says pyramid scheme. That's interesting. I don't know how it could be a pyramid scheme if it's a selling, but I'd love to know that, Dennis. That's interesting. I have to look into that. But they're selling a ton of stuff. I know a ton of people in the card market are buying with them. It was made on the shoe market. So interesting stuff. We'll see. We're going to do a deeper look into it, but I just wanted to bring it up with you guys and talk and let everybody know that looks like StockX has got something in the works with CGC, or at least selling CGC books. Maybe they're only going to allow.
I think it's what it is.
Yeah, maybe it's only CGC books.
Yeah.
What about Halo books or CBCS books?
I think they're hard passing those. I think it's easier.
What if you need to kill a Cro-Magnon man with a PGX slab? Your bare hands.
That might be allowable.
No. You want to buy one on StockX as a murder weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. There. Well. Listen. Here's the thing. I know. Every one of us on Tales from the Flipside channel are collectors. We're collectors. We're comic fans. We want to use everything that's available to us, whether it's StockX, eBay, what's not, key collector, cover price. I don't care what it is. I'm a comic collector and a collector in general. I want to use every available thing that's out there that works to help me get my collectibles or sell my collectibles or whatever it is. I want to use it all.
Curate your collection.
There we go. So, we want it. We want it all. We want to check it all out. And if I can, I want to use it all. I don't want to just use one. I want to use multiple ones. I want to sell on multiple things. I want to have multiple things that tell me, what this is and what that is.
You want multiple sales channels? I got you, brother.
You got it, man. You got it. So. But we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, you guys want to? We kind of made a long show tonight, but we'll end it up with some good pickups. And
I'll go first. I got a multitude of pickups.
All right.
So I got desperate. I delved back into the card world.
Oh boy.
McClay will be happy with this one. So your young guy is not waking up at Saturday at 6 a.m. to go to his local store to get basketball, baseball, football cards. He is going and getting U.S. women's soccer cards. So this is Bella Bixby. She is a goalie for the Parkside edition. I don't know who she played for. I don't even know.
She's great hands.
Yeah, great hands. Yeah, she plays for Parkside. Yeah, something. I don't know. So, anyways, it's like $100 and something card. Actually, I'm surprised. So
nice.
Yeah. So I went with that. 2 boxes. I only bought 2 boxes, and I went with that. So, anyways, that's my life nowadays. Okay, so let's go into the real important stuff, the comic stuff. So, Dino, what'd you buy at the con? I always want to see what you buy. Yada yada yada. I'll say this one last because it creeps Nico out the worst. I bought a Z Left. So in his honor, I got a little foreign action.
I think that's non-canon. Z said it was, but then kind of retreated from that position. Can someone help us? I know there's a lot of non-canon from Mac and number 36.
Number 36.
Tell me.
Chat, what's up? You tell me.
Where's
Okay.
Roybal? Roybal was in the chat. He'll know that shit like that. He's super slick. So's Rob. Rob's a stud.
So Nico said I paid $20 more than I should have. About the old Simpsons 1 cover.
I think I said $24 more than you should have.
9/8 though, $400.
Is that considered a newsstand?
I don't think that looks like a newsstand to me.
Now I do want to say that,
but that's a good question.
The rarer one is with the comic book guy. in the middle. So if you see that one, always pick that one up. But yeah, $400.98 for Simpsons 1.
I mean, I think it's awesome. I'll start grabbing them, but I've been leaving them behind forever.
Don't leave them behind.
I'm
gonna stay leaving them hoes behind.
Oh,
okay. What if we find out that is in fact a newsstand? Will you then? Because like I've been grabbing the newsstands. Like I usually leave the regular ones behind, but like I grabbed a crusty newsstand that had a barcode on it. Now again, I don't know if that's really a newsstand or if I just thought it was because they put a barcode on the front of it.
I'm too lazy to open it. We looked at it. I don't know. We can whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it. I paid $3 for that comic, so who cares? Ooh, look at this little LB Cole action.
That's nice, man.
Yeah. I got it for a good.
What number is that?
That is number 24.
Yeah, he stole that for the record.
What'd you get it for? What'd you pick it up for?
$75.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
That's bright. The cover's gorgeous.
Yeah, thanks. I haven't even looked at it. I mean, I didn't even open it up, so could be missing pages. I don't know. Gangsters Can't Win, Volume 1, Number 1. So always pick up number ones. I got this for cheap.
And it's a skull cover.
Yeah, and it's a skull cover. Sorry, the Milers. Yeah, it's
and always be on the lookout for Gangsters Can't Win number 2.
Yep. I'm trying to find that book. It's hard to find.
It's not very.
There's a boy up.
Appropriate.
Yeah, there's a boy up your way that's got it. Remember?
Yeah.
But he wants us. I mean, just like a truckload of money.
Some a-hole gave me this book. It's actually George or Nico.
I did.
So we swapped some books. We made it happen.
He bought a book for $3 on the internet and traded me that for it. He did good. I was happy with my purchase.
But then I gave TJ the Megatron variant for books to be named later. So made that happen. So that's that one. And then my wife got this lovely cover. Look at this. She's getting graded books, bro. Look at this.
Oh, you're fucked. Until she gets really good at it, then you'll be fine because then she can make money too.
Yeah.
These are free.
These are
from my roommate.
Yeah, from a roommate.
She gets free stuff.
Yeah, she gets free stuff.
Okay. Dina's wife's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I can't complain about free stuff.
Let's go with this one. This one's next. A little Doll Man action.
That's a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, thank you. I bought it for $65, I think.
Oh, yeah, you stole that book.
Yeah. He had 20% sale. I'm like, dude, all day. So, yeah. Got the bondage, got the wizard, all that cool stuff. And then, last but not least, a little Catholic Comics, number 6.
I already feel guilty just looking at it.
That's creepy as hell, man. I'm sorry.
My level of Catholic guilt is like through the roof right now.
So I went to Catholic school.
I feel like I'm about to get hit by a ruler.
I know.
If you rearrange like the positions of some of the people in this picture, you could make it real bad. But it's not. So maybe it's not. So
it's a grooming cover.
Oh boy. It's
always kind of weird to have a Christ on a crucifix on a cover too.
Yeah, I know. So I paid like $20 for this. So score, right? Who cares?
That book's haunted.
Yeah, so that's a creepy GA shit I buy, and that's all I got, man. I mean, it's decent. I mean, I did okay.
I wonder if there are haunted books. Like there's haunted dolls.
That's what I always thought, because that's why I only stick with Marvel and DC. Because like the kind of the
juju.
It's a gold rope. You get one too. You call me, I'll get you one, bro.
Yeah.
I brought it to the show. Nico wouldn't let me wear it. He said, "It's not that type of show, dude. It's not that type of show." So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll go. You go next. I'm gonna wear my wife beater. I'm gonna wear my gold chain. It's gonna be dope.
All right, this is crap I've got the last couple of weeks or whatever. Not really all of it, but just I buy too much crap. Anyway, I picked up this sweet LB Cole cover and Black Terror number 2. And this beauty, Best Comics number 1. Anybody know anything about this one?
I do.
Yeah,
It's,
tell us all about it, Dino.
So this first African American superhero.
First black superhero ever.
Yep. So they
beats up white villains like this guy on the front. Boom.
Yes. So what they did is they printed this book, and then
they canceled it.
They canceled it because they were like, "No, we can't have that."
I don't like all this cancel culture. It's new. They did that shit back in the 1940s, 30s, whatever. Cancel.
So shout out to if she's still. I know it's late. Anna Love. Instagram post about this. How I'm saying
she is smart as they come.
She said this is scarce, and when she says that word,
she said it's very, very scarce.
Okay, and when she says that, it's not like some kind of promotion. It's pretty scarce.
It's dude, if you don't get that thing out of Saran wrap as fast as possible,
I know, like Jesus.
Does it hurt everyone, man? But can I tell you why? I'm scared to even touch it because every time I touch it, the brittleness is falling off.
I don't blame you for being deathly afraid of touching that.
Yeah, I'm like afraid to send it. I'm afraid to send it to somebody to press.
What is it?
I tell people I don't like to press that shit for them. I go like, look, that book made it this long for this far. Let it be what it is.
I gotta get. So here's what. Now I can't do that. Here's what I need to get off. I need to get this fucking tape off. I need these extra goddamn staples out.
Leave it alone.
No, it's gonna have a purple cover.
It is what it is, man. That's better to
leave it alone.
Okay, so talk to the guy.
That's to the story that speaks to that book's life.
Yeah, and talk to the guy.
Pressing books to make money. I press books, and I don't like to fuck shit.
Dude, talk to the guy who knows Golden Age, right? No one cares. It's gonna be a purple label, dude.
What is that? What is that book?
It's probably not going to be purple. It's going to be like a 1 or something.
Best Comics #1, 1939.
Yes,
it's beautiful.
First gen Ziploc, Dennis says.
yeah.
Atomic, gorgeous. Be still my heart. All right. So anyway, I'm buying these ratios because I didn't have to pay cash for them. I got them, traded them from Sleepy, who has legitimately the cheapest books at the con we were at.
I didn't even go through his boxes.
You screwed up. So Sleepy's the only thing that's better than his CGC sales, where he just gives books away for free, is his boxes at sales. Right? Like he'll be like, "This book's like I don't know, like $100. How about 12?" And you're just like, "But John, that's really a price disparity." He's like, "Well, I mean." $12.
Hey, the best part.
He's been good and bad about that for you.
Yeah, here's the best.
Good for us, bad for him.
Here's the best part about Sleepy. You go to his booth when Sleepy's not there. That's the best part.
Sleepy and I set up next to one another, and Sleepy will kindly sell my books. So the best time to come to my booth is when Sleepy's there. You get a good deal. All right. So I also got this from Sleepy.
Yeah, I got
and then again. Buying these Punisher.
I got a whole rack of those
things. Which ones? These ones?
The 218s.
The 218s? Nice.
I got
all the different covers.
Armor Wars, right?
Yeah, all the different. I got this. I sold a second print for like 200. Bought those or traded those to Sleepy. So on the Secret Wars, I'm all in. Right?
Oh boy,
I'm telling you.
Yeah, good buy.
I like Secret Wars. When I was a little kid, that made me happy. And I was so excited to pay, again, $35 for this. If I told you I paid $35 for Secret Wars 8, you'd be like, oh, it's a good deal, dude. But I tell you that about Secret Wars 1, you're like, next book, don't be stupid. We don't care.
Yeah.
Got this from Dino. I traded this for Golden Age. I'm the only guy that trades variants for Golden Age.
So that's a Spider-Man 2099 JTC. It's hard to find. 198 on the census. So hard.
That's great. I didn't know there was only one, but that's a nice book.
Yeah,
it might be two now, but one or two.
All right, and then this is what I picked up, not this past weekend, but like the weekend before, from our buddy Greg Bartholomew at All American Comics. He is in Warren, Ohio, and where, Carter?
In Boardman,
Ohio. He's as good as they come. Got a rack of Silver Age Spider-Man and Marvel Spotlight books. Legitimately, I know all of the dealers in my area and a ton of them from across the country. He is an outstanding person to work with. So, Greg did me a solid on this one. I mean, gave me a killer price. Absolutely killer price. And sold me this gorgeous gem old label, and she purdy.
That wasn't a Halo 2.0 though.
Not a Halo 2.0.
That looks fucking clean, my man. Good
Yeah,
luck.
Right.
I know YouTube's. I know the feed that we have. The feed that we have is a better feed than like the YouTube feed, but fucking that looks clean, dude. Yeah, you're gonna do fine with that.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it out of this old label. You know, so again, shout out to Anna, who's the smartest.
Yeah, while we have Anna on here, I actually want to talk. If you don't mind, George, I'm going to interrupt here for a second because I want to talk a little bit about the book that you were talking about, because I do think it's really important. Here's a better picture of Best Comics #1, featuring the Red Mask, which is the character that they're talking about. It says that there was multiple stories, but the first story introducing the Red Mask, 7 pages long, by George West. He did the script, pencils, and inks. And
who wants to open it up?
Characters, the Red Mask introduction.
No.
The Red Mask is the first known published African American comic book masked hero.
You want to do it? You want to open it up?
No,
No,
dude,
don't open it. Don't do it. Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Not on here. Do it. Do it a little bit. Why? I'll show you it, man. No. Yeah. I wouldn't even.
We have pictures. We have pictures.
I mean, I'm sure we can find pictures, but
whatever.
yeah. So I don't know. I just thought that it is really cool. I think that for me, and I know for you too, Nico, a lot of people out here that
this is what comics are all about, right?
Yeah, the historical aspect of comics is a very big part about why I love them. So
I always laugh at all the people that are like, "You goddamn speculators and flippers," and I'm thinking to myself, like, you motherfuckers left those books on the wall until afternoon when I until I showed up and left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
and if I had an 8-figure salary, I'd be only collector and never sell anything. But I couldn't buy more comics. I couldn't buy more comics if I never sold any of them.
Yeah,
that's just a fact. I love comics.
Very cool.
You coming to my store? You coming to my store every week?
The other thing that's awesome about
you get rich.
Yeah, right. Oh, they get so mad. But the other thing that's awesome about Anna's Instagram, if you get a chance, check it out. So she just gives like tips and stuff, right? So she's talking about like people who just blindly overpay for old label books, and she's like, "Look, your dealer, he's smart enough to look at that book. You don't think that people were, when they pressed or like slabbed these books forever ago, that they weren't smart enough to like figure this out? I mean, there's rare exceptions. I think I might get lucky on this sucker. But I looked at legitimately, Greg got like ASM 1 through 300, Marvel Spotlight 1 to who knows what. And I looked at, a rack of them, like all the dang keys, to try to find one that I thought maybe had a shot. And there were a ton of Silver Age ASM old labels that were absolutely overgraded. And I was like, they're awesome, but no way, pass.
Yeah, it's you think people didn't have the same freaking stories back then about great books being undergraded that they do now?
Yeah, and when
is there less likely a book was pressed 20 years ago? Yeah, that's less likely. But like anybody that kept those, that might be like, oh shit, they can fix this now. They probably got it fixed rather than selling them to you.
Right. And
here's some of the other ones.
For the love of God, buy the book, not the plastic, right?
Here's the interesting thing.
Anna says 2 is rare.
The white one. Well, look, the Red Mask is white.
Oh, yeah. So when I say he got canceled, I mean they literally replaced him with a white guy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the horror story around this whole comic series. I was too concerned with not dropping that book to really kind of listen to Dino's description of it, and I apologize if I didn't talk about that earlier. But yeah. And cool. So he's hitting on like white women in #1, and there's like a white villain that he bops in the nose on the cover, and that offended the very sensitive fragile souls back there in the 1930s. Couldn't have those dangerous African Americans around their white people, and they fucking canceled his ass. And that kind of like anachronism of our country is important, right? I mean, that those books, that those stories continue to be told, so we don't forget, what the fucking world used to look like, which was a lot uglier and a lot darker than even today, which oftentimes is quite ugly and quite dark. But I'll get off my soapbox. Super
Carter,
fucking cool book.
You got pickups?
Yeah. Okay, first off, this is what I was looking for last week, and I couldn't find it, but I found it. So we got Tales to Astonish number 90. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago for $30, and
tell them why it's hot.
Well, isn't it because of the Shang-Chi trailer, and it had Abomination in it. And I think isn't Abomination going to be in the whatchamacallit? He's going to be in the She-Hulk show. Yeah. So okay, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, we found this for $30, right in the nick of time. And so yeah. All right.
Well, you know what's crazy about that?
It's like a $300 book.
That for the longest time, the 91 was the Abomination book to have over the first appearance.
Yes. Honestly, have the set.
Very
Definitely. Cool. Okay. At the show, you know what? I'll tell you what. I love this book. This isn't a show book. I found this book I found like multiples of this book for $1. So this is Rebels number 20. And if you do an eBay search for this, you have to space out the REBELS. You got to space those out. But by now, if DC had gotten their shit together around the same time as Marvel Studios, Lobo would be a household name by now. But that hasn't happened yet. And
the first time I ever talked to Sean was in response to his rant on UD about what we all know, which was Lobo was as cool as Wolverine when we were kids.
Yes.
I want a little dog that farts and old school Lobo in a movie or on HBO Max so that I can watch it all the damn time. And it drives me nuts that we don't have that.
Yeah. And dude, I mean, and we all wanted The Rock to do it,
Yeah.
I mean, comparatively, like, who's going to talk more shit than The Rock, dude?
They wasted The Rock and they wasted Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
They wasted those two guys on shit characters.
Instead of Lobo, because they would have. Those are definitely. I can't think of two better possibilities in this world than those two motherfuckers to play the Lobo.
Yes, but Lobo, he should be a household name. It's sooner than later, and so you have Omega Man 3. I think this is probably the next. Oh, then you have Green Lantern 55, that variant. But I like this book a lot. I love this book. I found like multiples of this book, like for $1. I went dollar bin digging and found like multiples of this bitch. So I'm so happy. And this book is tough as shit to find. So very happy about that. I like this book. So we have New Avengers number 1. I believe this is from 2015. So this is the first appearance of Tony Ho. I believe I found the character. It was in the she becomes the Iron. Okay, so here she is right here.
He froze right at the right time.
He totally froze, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
At least we
Did
got
I
a better.
cut out?
At least,
No,
at least
you're
we got a
still
better
here. We
view.
can hear you. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
At least you froze
All
on
right.
the picture you were showing.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we have Dr. Tony Ho right there, and she becomes the Iron Patriot sometime in the future. So I like this book, and this is the 1 in 25 for this.
Nice.
And, okay, so let's get into the show books.
You got all this stuff from Dan?
No, I went to a whole nother store.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So we found a couple
Jesus.
copies of
No shit.
Fantastic Four number 33.
Damn.
These are beaters though. These
Is
are
that a
beaters.
Tuma?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like I don't know what they're like this week. Last week that was a $200 beater.
Yeah, but these were like $10 a piece, so we got these super cheap. So thank God for that. Oh, I came across this. This was very interesting. I was feeling this cover. So we've got Black Panther number 517. This is the Thor Goes to Hollywood variant. So this is what from 2011, and features Loki as Forrest Gump. So I believe that as far as sales,
dude, that would be the greatest scene ever. If they do a second season, we should start like a fan petition to demand this scene on TV.
Yeah. So we found this for $8. I have no clue what this book really goes for. I'm thinking maybe a $30, $40 book. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. I went to a store the other day and I came across Saban's VR Troopers, right? But you flip it around and it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Ninja Rangers. And I think if I didn't know any better, this was like a $20 book. If I didn't know any better. All right. And also, I was dollar bin digging again, and I've been asking people about this book. So this is Mega Man number 49. This is the Renaissance Man variant.
I collect Renaissance Man variants, dude. I shit you not.
Really?
Yeah, I love the two Spider-Man ones. There's a couple other ones.
Did you get the Something Killing the Children one from Hive?
I saw it. I haven't gotten any of the Something Killing the Children stuff. I have no Something is Killing the Children and no Department of Truth.
Yeah, Spider-Man, the other's been selling for years. So, that's cool. I just added that because I collect Mega Man as well. So I somehow didn't realize that exists, but now it's on my list.
Okay, all right.
I didn't either. Yeah.
All right, so I've been begging people for info on this. So after you've watched all of the Tales from the Flipside content, come over to my channel and let me know what's up with this book. I saw this for $1. I loved the cover, and I just figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and pick it up. I'm not the biggest Mega Man fan, but I do love this cover. And
yeah, Carter, you have the only other YouTube channel that I watch.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you guys.
Like, I hate to be an asshole. I know, we have a lot of people that I'm friends with and so forth that create content. You're the only one I watch.
Well, I
watch Carter's pickups. I'm like, oh, what'd Carter get? Okay, cool. I didn't know about that book. Carter always teaches me about stuff. It makes me happy.
There we go. What's next, sir? Is that it?
Yeah, I believe that is it. I'll tell you what. One more thing. Yeah. I found this stupid thing.
Nice.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is.
Number 2 on the Hot 10, CBSI Hot 10.
Listen, I strolled out of bed, stumbled into a store, and I found it. And I thought, oh, maybe it'll be this easy the next however many stores I go to.
No.
Injustice is a loved storyline.
So yeah, does it in the baby? This is like the worst drawn baby next to Renaissance paintings.
Yeah, bro, you are 100% right. A lot of people don't know that unless they're into Renaissance art. That at some point, all babies look like grown men, just small.
Yeah. So yeah,
I love it.
Found you for cover price. So yeah, and we're.
Sean, you got anything, brother?
I have a little bit. I hate going after Mercenot.
I hate going after all you guys.
So, shout out. He was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, if he's not commenting, but shout out to Josh Allen, who's one of our comic brethren people. He
what in the fuck?
He got this. This is from Indonesia. Wow. And he sent it to me sight unseen. He was just like, I don't know what I'm fucking do with this, but I know you'd like it. And he's right. And he sent us through these awesome clear backboards, which this is only the second one I've ever had.
He's just a good man. Josh Allen's just a good dude. He really is.
Great dude. It's really nice to meet you, Josh, and everything like that. They're having fun. So this is it. The Penji Pungan Avion, because Yeah. So and it's funny because so I'm flipping through it because obviously I'm gonna look through this thing, and then I realize like I keep trying to read it, and I don't speak this language. So it made it a lot harder to read. But I had a good time, and thanks a lot for that. And I actually went comic digging up in North Hollywood. There was a store I didn't know. I haven't been over there as often, so there was a store that was bought out um, by other comics. I've told stories about Mark Waid stuff, and so look, I just haven't been digging a lot. A lot of stuff in California hasn't been open, or I just don't live as close to them as I used to. So it was nice to just get out and dig a bit. So this wasn't like price haggling and say I got the best deals in the world, but I made what I thought were good picks on stuff you don't see that much. So like a Harley and Ivy, Love on the Lamb. I forget if this is the second print or not, or if this, because I know there's different copies and stuff like that. But any of this Harley stuff always used to sell really well. So I just figured it's a good time to pick it up. And X-Men Deluxe 41, not the greatest book in the world, but for $2, grabbing the newsstand of this, thought would pay off. And I really actually like the Magneto cover a lot. So I thought it was great. So $2, not leaving it behind. And so Dino's not the only guy with Simpsons comic tonight, because I got the bad Bart cover.
Nice.
Right? Because I was just all, that's going home with me. And now that I'm out shopping in public again, I really like to I really like to give comic stores my money for stuff. You know what I mean? So I'll pay a few bucks for that stuff. Same as these. These last issues are really tough to find from the Harley run. So here's 36. I forget, it's $6. So $6 for this guy for 36. They had
Is that a newsstand?
No. I went through the whole Harley run for newsstands, and there wasn't one in there. 37, same deal, same price. They did have 38 the last issue, and it does sell for the most, but it was in the bin. It was listed at $40, and I was not near mint. So anyway, and I think the last time I was at that store like 2 years ago, it was there, and that's why it's still there. And a number 14, just because another a badass Dodson cover. You know what I mean, for cheap. And any of that run, that's just not the easiest run to find. Bought this just because I felt like it. I like buying these. I think they'll get their due considering facsimile covers and things like that. So just the Iron Man 55 for Thanos or whatever. Supporting the comic store.
Here's what I don't know about those. Like, and you might know the answer. Some of those were sold at J.C. Penney's, and others were just like, I don't know how to tell the dang difference. And I think that's going to be like an important thing at some point in time, right?
That's a good question. If they sold it, if anybody knows the answer, jump in. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Can we get like
I know
that
there
in the
are.
live chat?
Well, there are JCPenney reprints, but are you talking specifically about the Marvel milestones?
Here we go. So here's something interesting. Let me do this.
Yeah, of the Marvel milestones.
So here's the JC Marvel Milestone X-Men 1 JC Penney Marvel Vintage Pack, a 1993 reprint of original issue with the original 63 advertising, available only through JC Penney catalog. Has low print run, can be identified by its dull gray cover printed on newsprint paper quality.
Ooh.
Its cover price not inside a white box, and gray border around the front cover. There is no indicia on this book. Other editions have an indicia underneath the encyclopedia ad on the front inside cover. This is a second printing of Marvel Milestone. So there you go. So if it has no indicia on the book, or in the indicia is on the front inside cover on the front. So that's how you know.
Okay. Inside cover on the front.
And it also says can be identified by its dull gray cover printed on newspaper quality. Its cover price not inside a white box. So it looks like it's yellow.
Is it only for the X-Men one? I mean, this.
No, I think it's for all of them.
What if I look up Marvel Milestone? Hold on, let me do this.
Yeah. So where's it? Well, there's one on the back. So if there's a barcode on the back, it's not JCPenney?
No, on the inside front cover.
Well,
open the front cover. Is there any indicia that says how much it is on the front cover, inside front cover?
No. Well, it says on the cover how much it costs, so that means.
I thought it
not
well, let me
cover. Right?
No, and the cover it's not in the white, right?
Yeah. In the cover, it's not in the white. Hold on, I'm looking up the regular one.
I think I have an. I think
for
I have
the
an
record-
X-Men sitting right here.
Yeah, for the record, this
Okay.
nonsense is why I still haven't been able to wrap my dang head around what the fuck is what. But I think the JCPenney ones are going to be the ones to snag if we can ever figure out a quick, easy way to figure it out.
Well, I could reach this one too. This I had this a long time. This is one I was considering auctioning on the whatnot, but it has the price on the cover. So that one didn't have the price. So if it has a price on the cover, it's automatically not JCPenney, right?
No, I don't think so. I think
Oh.
it's just the inside front cover has no indicia. That way you know it's a JCPenney. I believe. From what so it says here 1993 reprint. The original came out in 91. It says here the cover, it says printed on newspaper quality. It's cover price not inside a white box and gray border on the front cover. There is no indicia in this book. Other editions have the indicia underneath the encyclopedia ad on the inside front cover. So if there's an indicia underneath the encyclopedia ad, that means it's not the JCPenney version. If it doesn't have it,
and
Jesus.
It's also there is and it's also not newsprint.
Okay, there we go.
It's a real comic, and also it's kind of crazy because I mean I never bothered to open one of these. Not the
Can you
X-Men
show the
one.
inside front cover, Sean?
Yeah. So there it is.
There you
You
go.
can see it in my pointer finger, but look at this kind of. This is a reprint of Uncanny X-Men #1, copyright, reprinted in Canada, and that was printed after the book because it rubbed off on the other side over here.
Oh,
It's
that's
very hard
cool.
to see in this. So like this was typed in there sometime later or stamped in there sometime later. Now is
Does
there
it have a
Canadian
350?
reprints of this?
Does it have a-
Because now I have one that says it came from Canada.
There-
I
don't
think a lot of
so.
things are printed up there, so that doesn't surprise me. But
That's very
So,
interesting, man. That's cool stuff.
Yeah, and this is why I love comics, right?
yeah, all this shit, man, and you never know. Like you could just discover stuff like this, just sitting here talking, looking shit up online together, and be like, "Holy shit!"
Right?
Yeah, I didn't think this was. Yeah, I honestly I didn't because it is like it's a high gloss, nice quality reprint. It definitely is not in the universe. You wouldn't even consider it maybe a newsstand. You know what I mean?
AOA, indicia, or is it
There you go.
indicia? I think it's indicia, right?
I mean,
Indicia?
I heard Stan Lee call it indicia.
Indicia.
Indicia,
Okay.
yeah.
So the C is like a sh. Indicia.
I figure Brian would know because his tagline is "Sativas for pussies." So,
Well, yeah, you're 100%
so-
right.
so
Sativa is
anyway,
for pussies.
they
Yeah.
just give the extra I in there to fuck up your word. So anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's good. It's good to find that stuff.
I'm gonna ban that word in chat. All right.
And not for $2, you're not.
Yeah. AOA, thank you, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man. Three more quick books. Superman 123.
Love
second
that
print.
cover.
Second print in there.
That's a tough book.
Yeah.
Let's go on the list.
Left the first print. Just
I
because I
love
was
the
buying a
glow in the
bunch of
dark.
other random stuff.
The glow in the dark cover to that too is really dope.
Yeah, that's the first. Yeah, that's the first print, I believe.
Yeah.
Is the glow in the
Well,
dark.
there's a first print that looks like that, and then there's a first print that's glow in the dark where he's just its whole body is standing there, right? So
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure that's what the first print looks like. Went with and I don't know if this is a later printing because I don't know since this is number
At 123, Sean, the Superman.
Yes, that's Superman 123. So there's since it's been brought up, here's a Fabulous Freak
Nice.
Brothers, right? And dude, I love this. I love this old shit. I love flipping through them. I love reading them. I sometimes wish I could have had 10 years as a hippie because it seemed like fun.
Right?
Right? You know what I mean?
I might be dead, but I would have loved the 70s.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So just to go, the Fabulous Freak Brothers, rip-off press, same stuff. This is 60 cents. Fat Freddy's Cat. So I don't know. I haven't opened it yet because I brought them in from the car actually yesterday. But like they had that in the back bin. I'm like, that's $6. It's going home with me. You know
So
what I mean?
Dennis says he thinks that the first print is a 50-cent cover price for that book.
Okay. Yeah. I know there's so many printings on these. I'm not going to give that much. Yeah. So that's the first print there to the left.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So
standard
yeah.
edition,
Thank you,
glow
Dennis.
in the dark,
Yeah.
newsstand, or second printing. So there's four versions.
Nice.
I
And
love that cover.
last book's one eBay book that I'm not giving up on. One of the nicest people in comics. If you ever had a chance to meet Terry Moore at a con or anything like that, a gracious, nice man. He'll take time to talk to you. I love his art. I love everything that he does. It was super nice. That's a 40 issue run, I believe, that I bought. I probably started at number 3. Grabbed the first couple. There's multiple prints. I bought them off at the LCS 1 through 40, or 3 through 40, excuse me. But then I found out the first couple, and always made me help solidify me as a big Terry Moore fan, even though I always was with Strangers in Paradise and everything like that. But so this is a great book. It's cheap now. I definitely believe that him and these characters have a shot of this book getting made for TV.
Unquestionably.
Yeah, and I would just buy the omnibus, or buy collect them all you want, but buy it and read it and really enjoy Terry's art. It's all black and white. There's a spin-off with the main little girl,
Motor Girl or whatever.
No, she's. God, I hate when I do this. I forget why I forget her name, man. Probably some drinking wine. But she's anyway. So he did a little spin-off, and her number 1 is a little tougher to find right now. But Rachel Rising's a great series. It's really good, man. Yeah, this thing should be a TV series someday, and I'm doing it. I want to keep the market up on it. Yeah, no Serial. Yeah. No. I got to get back to read Serial. We all know how it's been for the last year and something, not being able to make for some of us local like Wednesday trips and things like that. So I've gotten behind on things I didn't want to get behind on. So Serial, yeah. And Little Girl's awesome, and Rachel Rising is a great series. So I recommend reading it, or specking on it, whatever. So
all right, I've got just a couple. Are you done, Sean?
Absolutely, that was it.
All right. I got a couple. I picked these up for spec purposes only. I'm thinking, because if I would have saw these, I probably, and I'm not harping or harshing on the artist. The artist is great, but these just ones didn't hit for me. But it's the Rose Besh Miles Morales.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Books. And then
I didn't even know they did all. I didn't know this even happened. That's how fucking far removed I am. Were these store variants, Brian?
Yeah. Yes. I can't remember which store, but we'll see.
I like them.
Yeah. I mean, they're not terrible. They're just not Rose Besh's best.
I'm not a big fan of the Miles one per se, but I like the Gwen a lot.
Yeah. I've been talking about this for a while. The Ovechkin card that I got, I'm working with Golden Auctions on getting it sold here as soon as possible. I haven't sent in and signed on the dotted line yet to send in the card to him, but I have a PSA 10. This is a BGS 10, a Beckett Grading Services 10, that sold just on the 26th. And here is what it sold for: $24,000. Yeah, so 24,600. So if I can sell mine for around that or more, woo, that will be lovely. And then not last, well, I guess, yeah, last, I, over the weekend, have something cool. So a lot of people know that I have another podcast called The Bogcast that I do with my best friend, Keith. It's just basically us having a good time and having a reason to hang out and just shoot the shit. And this last Saturday's usually one of our recording days, but this last Saturday we had to put it off because Keith had a table read for his first pilot that he's producing and directing, and I got my first script ever, right? And it's kind of cool. I never had a movie script or sent to me or anything, and I do have just a couple lines, but it was fun to actually go and participate in in a table read. You know, like I'm not into acting or anything like that, and I thought it was going to be cheesy. And there was probably like, I mean, this is all of us that were here, and it was so much fun. It was an absolute blast, just joking around and going through the whole script for the pilot, and just a lot of fun. So for those of you guys that don't know about it, make sure to go check out the podcast on YouTube. And I'm sure we'll be talking about this more. It's called The Sound Guy. It's just a goofy dark stoner comedy about a local rock club sound guy. So just fun stuff. So, all right, that is pickups for me. I think that's it for the night, you guys. Most of the crew has dropped off. We appreciate each and every one of you. I want to remind everybody to keep an eye on the shows. We're going to be giving away a really dope copy of this book right here at some time within the next week. So make sure it could be on any show on the channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed. You got the bell hit so you get notified every time we got a new piece of content dropping. Shout out to Bird City Comics. This is available 7/2. It is the Moon Knight issue number 1 Yoon variant with Khonshu from Bird City Comics and Comics with Bueller. Make sure you guys check it out. And if you want to try and score a copy, watch the rest of the shows this week on Tales from the Flipside channel. Other than that, we're out of here. Peace.